Why, hello there. Good meowing, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is for you, thank you so much for stopping by, and welcome to tonight's stream. Blink, 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 blink. It's more Rectifier. Yes, Rectifier. I keep for some reason wanting to say Rectifier. Incorrect. It is more Rectifier in Bloom. The full game has been released. And so I am going to we're gonna go romance Percy and, you know, deal with all of his, issues. I feel like calling them issues is possibly a little too, low-key. He has some things wrong with him, but that's okay. We love him very much. We love him very much. I do not believe Deb will be joining us on this stream because I just decided like 30 minutes ago to play this game or whatever. So I didn't let her know. But yes, let's pop over here real quick to begin with. Nope, this is the one I meant. Hi, hello, hello, hello. It's me. This is gonna be weird to say with the happy music on in the background. I have kind of a not amazing announcement. But oh, thank you for head pats. Trigger warning for animal illness. So if you need to look away for a bit or mute for a bit, please feel free to do so. I will type in chat when it's safe. So I've talked about it before a couple times. I know I've talked about it on Discord and Twitter and on stream. That Kiki Kiki is, but Kiki was not feeling good. And I took her to the vet, and she got, you know, she's 18, so she got, you know, senior cat stuff. And I had to give her medicine, and it was a whole ordeal. Well, her follow-up appointment was this Wednesday. Or no, it was Tuesday. It was this Tuesday. And they wanted to check something again because they thought that she had either thyroid issues or kidney issues. So Tuesday on her recheck, they took urine and blood again and did another panel. And the results of that came back today. And she is mostly okay, but she has kidney disease, which is not great. So they're going to be running another test. I'm actually going back Wednesday because they got to take her blood pressure. But so we're going to get her on her specialty kidney diet and then just monitor. It's not the news I wanted to hear in the slightest. I wanted it to be thyroid, and I would shell out possibly a couple $1,000s for a radioactive test, and then or radioactive treatment, and then she'd be fine after a week. But that's not what this is. In fact, her thyroid's fine. Yay! But it's the kidneys. So she, for the next couple weeks, I probably will not have like super like thumbnails up. I probably won't have thumbnails really wonderfully prepared. And I mean, I'm not the one to schedule streams crazy in advance. I usually just decide, you know, when things happen. I index. But that will be a lot more prevalent for the next month or two as I get used to this new routine with Kiki. Because they want me to put her on wet food. So and I'm fine with putting her on wet food. It's just kidney diet is fucking expensive. But I'm gonna have to be careful about making certain that bugs don't get in her food because I live in a first floor apartment. So yeah, that's the unfortunate downer news. If you, it's safe if you were muting for not wanting to hear stuff. All safe. Everything's okay. Just, you know, stuffs. So, also, I apologize. I may be a little low energy. Because, you know, that was not the news I wanted to get today. But all we can do is move forward, so that is what we do. Oh, thank you, Phantom. So hello, everyone. Everyone who has joined recently. Hello. Thank you. Tomorrow, also real quick, just before I forget, tomorrow's stream is a maybe, because I have an event in the evening that I want to go to with my Earth Dad. Oh, thank you, Lilith. I mean, hopefully there's one more test that they're running, and hopefully once we have that information from that test, I'll know more about proceeding steps. But yeah. So, but yes, tomorrow's stream is a maybe because I have an event in the early evening that I want to go to with my Earth Dad. And I don't know exactly when I'll get home. I've gone to this event before. It's then streamed afterwards. So I don't know if I'll not stream or whatever, but you know, we'll see. But also Sunday, we have a very special stream coming up. The boys and I will be streaming on Sunday in character. So that goal that you guys hit for the birthday stream, it's coming to life this Sunday. Sunday. Normal time stream. Because Johnny Boy has got something before, so. All normal time stream. Yeah, so it's gonna be Johnny, Muffin, Ellington, and me, of course. And we are going to play a game in character. Much fun. But yeah, that's the end of announcements. This has been, take too long. It's not, you know, I feel like it's taking too long. Also, I apologize if I'm a little squinty. My eyes are understandably, sore and a little stingy from all of the crying that I've done today. So, without any further ado, we're gonna pop into the game. All right, pause that. Close that. Take a sip. All right. All right, and now. Yay! All right, we have a game. All right, so last time we did Styles. This time we're gonna do Percy Priest. So we're gonna do start. And this time we know that the protagonist always is they them, so it doesn't matter. We'll do visible MC and we'll do look like this. Our name is Prince. Whom do you choose, Prince? Oh, we already loved on Stylus. Stylus? God damn it, I'm confused. I'm getting Fire Emblem characters stuck in my brain. Styles. So we're gonna do Percy now. Percy, the self-described, well, developer described yandere priest. Hi, James. Good evening. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, whoa, don't make that face just when I click you, sir. More than the embodiment of pride, Percy is a faithful servant of the Western faith of Illyria. He's devoted to Nephilims, angels, and specifically you and your cause from the moment he met you. You seem to be one of the only people he's remotely kind or polite to, even over himself. Interesting. Will you allow such a divisive personality to serve you? Yes, in fact, I think I will. Are you sure? Yeah, I know they do this for every character. Why is my name Prince? Because I named myself and I wanted to be called Prince. Prince, the third prince. Isn't that funny? But also I love, because I can just really tell that what they mean to say is, are you sure you would like to select Percy? Yes. Give me this disaster of a man. Sins of the father. Ooh, oh, that means I'm gonna have to give Percy a voice. I think Holly would want me to give him the Surfer Yuya voice, which won't make any sense because I haven't given that voice. We haven't played Hatoful to, I think, getting Yuya. I don't remember how far Sino and I got. But so you guys have never, I don't think I've ever actually really pulled out my Yuya voice, which is also lovingly called French Surfer. Bonjour, mon ami. I don't think I will be giving Percy that voice actually. Now that I bring it back out, no, back inside that voice goes. Help me, please! They're taking me again. Huh? Please, whoever you are, come to me. It is a French surfer. Yep, and that's the activation phrase. I've talked about voices having activation phrases. That is the activation phrase for the Yuya voice, French surfer. And the reason is Yuya, the character in Hatoful Boyfriend, uses he's a French nobleman, but I forgot when I was voicing him for playing the game with my friends years ago. This was years ago. And I gave him a surfer voice and forgot that he uses French. What does toe bean betting do? It allows you to spend channel points for the possibility of getting a toe bean, an extra toe bean stamp, or you could lose one. But yeah, so I started by giving him the surfer voice, and then I forgot that he brings in French into his words, and so yeah. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep giving the voice. And we all loved it, so that's what happened. That's how that voice came about. So that is not the voice I'll be giving Percy. I might give him my kind of pomp and circumstance voice. You shoot up, desperately searching the room for the source of the shouting. Must have been a nightmare? Had nightmares ever managed to sound so real? You do as you've done before when these horrible dreams would come to you. Steady your heart and remind yourself it's all in your mind. I don't know where I am, but the land is scorched and dead. It's dark in here. Amazing job, Saribot. I didn't even see that come in. Yeah, bot on bot violence. They won't let me see. You rub at your eyes, pinch your arm even. Real pain, real light pouring through the windows. This is real, then who's yelling? It's a woman's voice you've never heard before. You clench your head as her calls continue. They're all over the place. Mixtures of squeaks, moans, calls to others, speaking to herself. It turns your stomach. What cruelty is this? As reality or prank? Please. She begs once more before fading out as if she never existed. After a moment or so, the voice eventually dies down into hushed sobs before dissolving into silence. You don't even attempt to move for a long while afterward. Your hands reach for the sheets in your bed, soft and red. The sun is beaming through the veranda window. There's a knock at the door. This is still reality. Right. Oh, right? Sorry, that was a question. Oh, man, I gotta create his voice. Prince, will you let me come in? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give him the kind of pomp and circumstance voice. I forgot I need to... settings? Music volume just a little bit lower. My turn. It's Percy's voice. Are you awake? Come in. You eventually say, trying to shake off whatever that was. Percy comes in, a tray in hand. Why are you upset? I thought you might be hungry. You meet his eyes, forcing a smile, but it does no good. And Instantly, his face melts into a look of concern. He drops the tray on the nearby table. Oh, what's wrong? You look pale. You aren't sick, are you? I could take your temperature in case of fever. I've read somewhere you could take it. Wow! More accurately with your lips. Sir, please power down. Please power down. Should I take your temperature? Yeah, you know what? Sure. If you think it'll help. You check his expression, which is some mix of awe and hesitant. Just when you think he'll back out entirely, he bends to press his lips against your forehead for a silent moment. You don't have a fever. Soft. All of it just feels soft. This is who we're heading for. I think it's kind of like ambiguously, it does feel very romantic, but it's not like defined. At least that's how Styles' route was. I don't know. Maybe Percy will be different. I had a nightmare? I think I just had a nightmare. You poor thing. Perhaps some food will help? You only nod. Sounds nice. You exchange a small smile. Percy goes to say something else before he's interrupted. Another knock. Morning! Busy. We just saw you bring food into Prince's room. Breakfast without so much as a... Breakfast without so much as a breakfast? I know Leor is the monster fucker, but holy shit! Tisk. Percy's face darkens as the two's combined comments and laughter continue through the door. What's up, Phantom? The door's open. Yeah, this is the same game. Percy throws you a pained, almost betrayed look. Sorry, honey. You're sure he'd have preferred it to be just you two, but if they're gonna say all that stuff, at least let it be his side. The two enter. Greer's hand immediately finds one of the golden apples on the tray. Hands to yourself, pirate! Lest you lose your fingers. You set your hand on Percy's arm, effectively taking all of his momentum away. Calm. It's all right, Percy. I'm not much for food right now. Relax. I got something I'm willing to trade it for. Percy's face is scrunched up and colored in suspicion. Leor, as if on cue, unfurls a letter from behind his back, as swiftly as a magician, making you think they may have gone so far as to rehearse this. Addressed across the front of the letter is... What do you say, Percival Ascannon? That orange juice looks to die for. Why would I trade for something that has my name on it? The two don't budge. Enough with your games. Can't you see Prince isn't doing well? This seems to shift the mood in the room. Yeah, sorry, guys. Oh, hold on. All right, hi, I'm back. Check is not legally allowed to take the throne. No. She forgot I was streaming. she called to chit chat. She also said hi. It was funny. She called and then she had to go take groceries in like before stream. Yeah, no, shit, he's back. Shush. Yeah, she completely forgot that I was streaming. I was like, I love you. She's like, do I need to let you go? I'm like, yeah, probably should get back to stream. And she's like, oh shit, you're streaming. I was like, it's okay, it's fine. It's all good. Hi, Zega. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. We didn't get very far before this. We're gonna go late with this stream probably because I'm definitely gonna finish Percy's route, if nothing else. But yeah, she wanted to check in on me. She wanted to check in on me. Man. Ugh. Alright. Oh, okay, spirits. Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving me back very quickly. So yes, basically, everything that's happened up to now, we had a nightmare, Percy came in, they came in, tormenting Percy, Percy's upset about it. And Percy's like, stop. Guys, Prince had a nightmare. Prince isn't doing well. Johnny, no! Also, I was about to ask why you're at work at 4 AM and then I remembered what you do. My god, take care of yourself, silly. It is now finished. It's finished as of like 2 days ago or something. So all routes are available, so we will definitely be playing all of them through. But right now we are doing the described Yandere Priest, which, yeah. After today, I need just self-indulgent fluff. I need self-indulgence. I'm gonna indulge myself. I'm gonna eat this man whole, and he'll probably thank me for it, actually. Leor leans over to check on you. Are you okay? It's nothing to concern ourselves with. Just a nightmare. You try, but it feels wrong from the second it leaves your lips. Even if it didn't convince you, it seems to put the others at ease. Even so, the subject moves its way back to Percy. Oh, also, they have a letter addressed to Percy. Oh my god! No! Johnny! Oh my god, no! You rest, because don't you literally have a thing Sunday? Oh, you have a thing Sunday. Rest up so you can go to your thing. The letter seems important. You read it? Leor looks at Greer from over his goblet of stolen orange juice. Did we not make that clear? Hand it over this instant. They still don't move, just opting to giggle. This must have been their goal all along. Well, he is easily bullyable. Yeah. More work. Well, I hope they could give you a paid day off or something like that. Thank you. Who is just running their truck outside? Can you not? Yeah. That's a crime. I should have you both thrown away for life. As if that would dissuade either of them from doing it to begin with. Percy's threat rings absolutely hollow as the only muscles that move in Leor's hand suppress. Oh, is Leor's hand suppressing a laugh? Greer snorts. Percy swipes it out of Leor's grip and quickly scans his contents. Yeesh, touchy. Leor mutters to Greer, shaking his limp hand like an injured dog. You know, if you didn't want anyone reading it, you could have poisoned it or something. What kind of cult are you running? What a sentence! What a sentence. Anyone outside of our group could have intercepted that letter and you'd be none the wiser. You half expect Percy to lay into Greer as he always does, but his eyes are the only thing on his body moving for another minute. Eventually, the uncomfortable silence is broken. This better not be true. His voice is hushed. You're surprised you even heard him. Is the sender's name really John Johnman, or is that an alias? Are you kidding? Of course it's an alias. That's not a real name. The priest doesn't answer them, so you try instead. What's the matter? Your worries start to deepen. When it came to Percy, anything was possible. Instead of answering, he hands over the letter. It's handwritten, and some of the text is hard to make out. Letters running into each other, ink smeared in sections, the paper itself is crinkled. It reads, "To our dearest father. I am afraid to bring this to your attention, as such a thing should never have come to pass. Brother, or rather our current father, by your order, Stellus, I believe he is dealing in less than unsavory deeds. Most notably, participating in the Rift, Transporting, and Trafficking Circle." Wow! Now this could be entirely unfounded, but I've investigated as much as I could before deciding to write this letter. Stellus has gone so far as to sign documents using your great name and your seal to a man I'd recognize in our times, spreading the angel's teachings in Costa. This Costan man is no doubt involved in illicit business practices, as you well know. In addition, an unusual amount of silver has made its way into our treasury. Lastly, I, as well as the other high-ranked members of the Third Eye, have been disbarred from certain parts of our dungeon. They have a dungeon? Backup. Dungeon? It's only a matter of time before Stellus turns his sights on me and anyone else who stands against him, which unfortunately isn't many. This letter may be the only thing left of me by the time you return, dear father, but never to worry. My loyalty remains to you and this sect as it was founded. It's my dying wish this letter reaches you and you take your rightful place back as our leader. I pray it so, Angel's Willie. Faithfully, John Johnman. You look to Percy after you finish reading, checking his reaction. It looks as though he's deep in thought while seething. What do you do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. It's too far out of our way. It's unfortunate, but it's my mistake. I'll just have to solve it on my own time. No, John asked for your help. John is prepared for whatever may come. My duty is to you and your cause exclusively. Then I'll help. Yeah, locked out from your own dungeon is a little awkward. Hey, bro, I left the dungeon keys. Do you have a copy? Percy looks at you for a moment. He looks on the verge of something. Tears? Question mark? Are you certain of this? His voice confirms your theory. Prince, come on, reconsider. This is pointless. Percy said it himself. They're a fanatical cult. Death is part of the deal. If anything, you're robbing them of their divine right. Greer. You almost plead, but he doesn't falter. They've helped us. We never asked him to. Is money the concern? Time. Much more valuable. Now, not that we could... Hold on. None of those words were correct. Not that we can rush such a thing, but we will try to deal with this matter swiftly, if that's your only concern. You turn away from Greer, your heart slamming against your chest. You're wonderful. Whoa! 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 He can only stare at you in awe for a moment before falling to his... Oh, okay. Falling to his knees, mumbling various thank yous, praises, and prayers into your hands. And it doesn't help your heart steady in the slightest. Percy, please. It's embarrassing. Why would Nephilim ever wish this of others? You pull on his arm. Luckily, he sits beside you once again. Never you worry, Rectifier. We won't need any more than a day when we arrive. He sounds so certain. There's a notable intensity to his gaze. It's in your best interest to look away. Very well. Your word is final. It's decided. Leor spins on one foot, hands thrown in the air. Road trip! It's been far too long since I've been home. If you can call it that. Greer pouts. Costa is just New Hampton with a fresh coat of paint. At least the scoundrels where I'm from are in plain sight. There aren't villas such as this anywhere to be found in New Hampton, though. Not even in their dreams. Instead of beaches, they're swamps. Instead of succulent chicken and pineapple kebabs, there are rats on a stick. Need I go on? Rats on a stick are a delicacy. You watch your tongue. I don't think I will be partaking in any of this delicacy. Leor scolds playfully. Styles is gonna hate this. Greer, or rather Styles Jr., groans as he exits the room, Leor following on his heels. This trip is sounding better and better by the minute. They have scalped your breakfast. Wait, hold on! His little face, They've scalped your breakfast. This day continues to test me. Percy grumbles, pinching the bridge of his nose. He placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. We have bigger things to worry about than a meal. Are you sure you're all right? Going to Concord? Yes, I thought I made that clear. Well, yes, but also, you still look pale. His hand reaches up and stops just before your face. Instead of retracting it, he hangs it there. Deciding something? You avoid his eyes, debating whether or not you want to worry him anymore or not. Regardless of what you do, he'll worry. It's best to be honest. It's something I'd rather discuss with everyone present. His hand falls to his side. That serious? In a way, you hope so, lest you're just losing your mind, but also equally so you don't. No telling. His face sinks once again as he clenches at the sheets between you both. Come, we'll discuss this once we check out of here. Yeah, scalped potatoes doesn't sound like it would be fun, honestly. The two of you leave the room and your breakfast behind. Well, my scalped breakfast. What remains? To you, and you imagine everyone's surprise, Styles is standing in the lobby. Hi, honey! He's never up this early unless Danger's present. He looks much like an old tree swaying in the heavy wind. Good morning, Styles. Good morning. Though it's the least enthusiastic good morning you've ever heard. Emil faces into view. Ah! Your heart speeds up, your body jolting. How many more scares can you endure before you just pass out? Emil's face grimaces as he scratches at his forearm nervously. Sorry to scare you, Prince. It's fine. Good morning. You say before Emil can start to beat himself up too much. He's already clenching his teeth. But your good morning isn't any more enthusiastic than Styles' before. Yeah. Oh, good night, Lilith. Yeah. Percy doesn't waste time ringing the bell at the reception desk. Are you feeling ill? Admittedly very, and now it's showing. You want to throw an excuse out, but that won't do any good. Styles is a doctor. If anyone can help you, it's him. I was going to discuss it with everyone present. I don't think it's too serious. Styles doesn't look convinced. Ren and Glyph's camp isn't far from here. Do you not want to speak with me beforehand? Doctor confidentiality and all? It couldn't hurt to run it by him first, lest it isn't actually all that serious, if such a thing is possible. I woke up to the sound of a woman's voice. She was screaming and begging for help. It sounded like it was coming from inside my head, rather than anywhere in the building. After a couple of moments of being awake, it stopped. And you haven't heard it since? Thankfully not. A tired smile spreads across Styles' face. It doesn't sound serious. It doesn't? Correct, it's a strange phenomenon, but humans, and I suppose Nephilim, can experience audio when asleep. The technical term is hypnopompic hallucinations. Nothing harmful, just uncomfortable when you don't know what they are. It can be caused by stress. I've had them myself. Perhaps it's a sign you should try to take it easy. Well, I understand our job is supposed to be stressful. You feel at ease for the first time since you awoke. You take a deep sigh of relief. Though you hope to never experience such a thing again. It was far too real. Thank you. There's nothing. I'm glad you came to me first. You're signaled to leave as soon as Percy saddles up next to you. Hopefully it wasn't too hot last night for them. I'm sure Ren slept in worse conditions. And Glyph loves sleeping outdoors. He ends up sleeping on the floor half the time anyway. Honestly, it would have saved some money if we camped instead. You can just say you miss your cuddle buddy. Or you miss yours. We don't do much cuddling. I'm joking. We don't do much of anything. Yet, anyway. Whoa! What a face! Sir! Perhaps I can speak it into existence. Styles can only bring himself to sigh. You can practically hear his eyes rolling. What about you, Emil? Cuddle buddy? No, I meant how you feel about staying in a hotel versus camping. Both are fine. I like a continental breakfast, but I also like not getting weird stares from the staff. We need to stop staying at hotels. It's getting more and more expensive. Isn't Percy paying for this? All the party's money's our money. Convenient that he's considered part of the group when Coin is involved. It makes it tolerable. I think we should camp, just so we don't have to listen to you be a Scrooge. I knew you'd agree with me. Now it's Emil's turn to roll his eyes. Percy loves to spoil us. I say let him. You mean he loves to spoil Prince? They're talking about us again? That makes it sound like this is an often occurrence. I know, he says with laughter in his voice. You don't love it? They're so jealous. Jealous of your wealth? Yeah, at least one of them is, but no. Jealous of being by your side. They wish they could serve you as much as I do. Oh, wow. Wow, okay, honey. Percy studies your face for a moment, smiling to himself. He looked doubtful. You're so humble. It's an honor to serve you. I'd like to in every way possible. Oh! You aren't able to hear Percy's elaborations as words all too familiar begin to fill your head. It's dark in here. They won't let me see. That's what she said. Did you not hear it? The two men with her, one older and one younger, exchange a look of concern. Take a seat, Melinda. You don't seem well. Melinda? Enough about me. That girl. She needs our help, Harold. What? Okay, we're just having straight hallucinations now. The older man, Harold, and the younger man, their son, exchange another worried look while trying to get her to settle down. You empathize as you watch her with every step out of the villa. So did no one pay attention to the fact that we just went... we just, like, zoned out completely and began focusing on hallucination land. You don't hear another word after that as your group steps outside of the villa's lobby into the bright early morning sunshine. Wow, you don't remember any of your trip from outside the grounds to outside of Ren and Glyph's camp. It isn't until Glyph's hand is waving in front of your eyes do you fall back down to reality from the void of your spiraling thoughts. Thoughts of a girl in trouble. And of potentially losing your mind. Hello, are you back with us? Did you wash your hands before doing that, mutt? Greer glares at Percy then. Glyph just blinks in the priest's direction. Good morning to you too. Percy, enough. I'm fine, I just spaced out. There goes gravity. Hardly. I thought your soul had abandoned this body. It does look like you've seen a ghost. More like I've heard one. You say without thinking. Pardon? The group's eyes settle on you. It's about time you told him. You're not sure if Stell's theory holds water anymore. It isn't possible for another person to hear the same words you had in your sleep, right? This morning, I've heard a woman begging for help. Really? I didn't hear anything. I thought, or rather hoped, it was just a nightmare, a figment of my imagination. But no, just as we were leaving, another woman heard just what I had. Word for word. But her husband and her son hadn't. And neither have any of you. The group looks amongst each other, much like the father and son had before. They don't seem to completely buy it. I'm not crazy. Not crazy, but what else could it be if not an auditory hallucination? I doubt such a thing is possible to be shared. I don't know what it could be. There's a beat of silence before Gur says something unexpected. Could be a ghost. Thank you. Riveting commentary. A ghost? Wait, that was a little too surprised. A ghost? Ren asks, chuckling at the absurdity. Are we children now? That's coming from the half-demon who just camped with a wolf man at the behest of an angel. Ghosts exist. I've seen them. They're usually common on the open sea. The coast is no stranger to them. I've heard tales of phantoms lurking at home, though I've never seen one. What a thrill that'd be, though. But if that's the case, why would they choose to haunt me? Greer shrugs. That I can't answer, but they don't seem harmful outside of scaring you, I guess. So ghosts are here, and they've already haunted at least 2 people? Yeah. He seems shaken, his ears flattening against his head. The longer we stay here, the more chances they have to haunt. Glyph is gathering his things before anyone can so much as respond. Can you get rid of the ghost? Maybe the priest can be useful and exorcise it. Your eyes find Percy standing with his eyes closed, his hands to his chin. I have more experience being rid of demons than ghosts. He shoots a pointed glare in Ren's direction, who curls his upper lip in response. If I can't exorcise it, one of my followers surely could. The first ounce of relief washes over you, like a cool breeze in a still dry heat. So we're definitely going to New Hampton then. If the third eye can't do anything, some of the dark magic practitioners just might. Hi, Puying. Hi, sweetie. How you feeling? I hate you. Ghost. Zoink Scoop. Oh, I'm sorry, Puying. I sent you hugs. Puying did crash out on us last night. She did fall asleep while we were on call. But that's okay. We love her. Scam artists, you mean? Yeah, the curse of Remo hat. Yeah. That scoundrel's right. I wouldn't so much as let them stand in Prince's presence. At this point, you'd take any help you can get. Oh, shall we? I won't relent until you're free from this specter. You could rely on me, so try to rest easy. He brings his hand up to cup your cheek, stroking it with his thumb whilst tilting his head adoringly. Aww! Something about the sentiment and the gentle touch does put your nerves at ease, while simultaneously setting them on fire, albeit temporarily. Yeah, I feel that. I went home early from work. Drove to the grocery store, got a few things. Got the like $8 freeze-dried shrimp treats for Kiki because I decided she deserves it. And then went home, did some laundry, and cuddled the cat for the rest of the day. You have to resist the urge to lean into his touch. When are we leaving? The tents have been dismantled, and Glyph is carrying every pack they brought with them, including Ren's. First, we need to acquire passage onto one of those cursed carriages. Percy turns his attention to Greer, his arms crossed against his chest. What? The priest digs into his robes and pulls out a coin purse. I'm listening. I have coin, but you have the connections. Don't be cheap. It's 8 tickets needed for the next available departure. Plus, I have a handling fee. It's not safe to carry that much in this city, nor into a meeting with those on the black market. There's an additional reward for completion. This is for our dear Rectifier. No amount of money is too much. I'll pull from our treasury in Concord. We get plenty of donations for the goddess Alir. A wicked smile stretches across Percy's face. Greer chuckles in disbelief. Everyone's like, oh god! You're a sick bastard. Yeah. Whoever's truck that is needs to go drive it into a river. Percy can only shrug. I get results. Greer smirks, matching Percy's ever so slightly. Yeah. Kiki wanted to play a little bit, so she got bird. She has a bird on a stick that she loves, so I played with the bird on a stick, and then she also got some chase the laser pointer time. And lots of cuddles. Lots and lots and lots of cuddles. Because she deserves them. Because she's a good girl. She's a good girl. You're not the only one. Consider it done. Of course, this is where you two decide to play nice. I'm a reasonable man. What can I say? I'll be back soon. I'll be back here. He plucks the coin purse from Percy, and the next moment, he's gone. So we're planning to disrupt the operations of those involved in underground human... Seriously? Human trafficking. Sticks are very versatile. Rats on sticks? As we saw earlier. Not just that, but extremely lucrative work trafficking powerful Nephilim. Percy looks wholly unfazed. Oh, without a doubt, no such operation will run under my good name. Yeah, true. Aren't we getting too confident? This screams perilous. The carriages can only carry up to 10 individuals. Our party will take up most of those seats. Most of the seats, but not all. What do you intend to do with the bystanders? Nothing, if they stay out of our way. And if they don't? Percy's body stiffens. He looks visibly annoyed, but forces a smirk. Just let Father handle this. Whoa! Whoa! This man definitely wants to be called Daddy. I can say that because the ad started. Everything on a stick, yeah. Oh. I need to drink more water. I've got... You know that horrible... I hate that. You know that horrible headache you get if you've cried a lot in a day? And like, not only do your eyes hurt, but your head hurts so bad. It's starting to catch up to me. Water. Dehydration. I need to replace the liquid lost. Replace the liquid lost. Oh. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Well, okay, so here's the thing. After crying, my eyes sting like a motherfucker. They still sting. Part of the reason why my model's eyes aren't all the way open, because God, they sting still. Your eyes don't hurt after you cry? After you cry, you don't go, ow, it hurts. No. No. Like, I can physically feel that my eyes are puffy and that they sting. I'm really glad I was able to. I had one meeting today. We canceled. Because I was like, I don't want to get on Zoom and talk about business stuff while I look like I've just, like... So it could be, when tears sting, it unfortunately is another possible... Weird. Weird. Am I finding out that Prince's body don't work right again? Tears that sting is apparently another unfortunate, symptom of, of Ehlers ELS. No, EDS. Not ELS, EDS. Or at least that's what I've heard. Interesting though. Interesting. Every time I cry, my eyes like sting and I get a really bad headache. Especially if I cry hard. The headache is worse if I've cried hard. Surprised it only came out now though. It's probably because I'm talking a lot. And I'm wearing my headphones. He says, patting his chest. Yeah, so just let Father handle this. He says while patting his chest. You can just sit back and take a little nap. Your usual. Holy shit, that face. They're valid concerns, Percy. I don't intend to kill anyone. I mean to get information about Stellis's operation, release the captured Nephilim, and get Prince to Concord to relieve them of this spirit. None of those require anyone to get hurt. But if you think we'll manage to accomplish any of these without getting our hands dirty, you're a naive fool. Hands don't always justify the means. Is rescuing our friend and an enslaved Nephilim not a good enough means for you? You joined this group to help Prince set the world on the right path, did you not? Did you expect a debate with our enemies over tea? We're doing a good thing. So either get on board or get out of our way, deadweight. Holy shit, Percy! He spits. As the conversation continues, he's getting more and more vicious. More than usual. I'll do what I can to minimize any damages. Emil tells Styles, attempting to diffuse some of the building tension. I'll be there if I need to clean up your messes. Good boy. Whoa! Whoa! You can see Styles' hand curl into a fist, but he thinks better of it. Fantasy North Carolina, possibly. His face is still dark, though. Ren's teeth are bared, fists clenched as usual. Lift's eyes are bouncing between both parties, his tail swinging in a tentative pendulum. Percy, let's take a walk. He looks to you. Gladly. Honey, honey bunny, sweetie pie, disastrous priest man. You quickly take your leave, allowing at least half of the remaining party to relax. Percy seems entirely pleased with himself. Do you have to do that? Do what? Yes, innocently. Do what? You stop walking to face him. Percy, we shouldn't argue amongst ourselves. You're doing the right thing, but that doesn't mean you could talk to others that way. I apologize that it upsets you, but I often question their purpose for being here. They say they're willing to help you, but constantly worry about their own well-beings while doing so. I don't think that's odd. Well, I do. I don't want to question your reasoning, but I can't help but tire of the drivel they spew. If it's for you and what you stand for, what difference does it make if I live to see it through or not, as long as it gets done? Percy, you should care about your own well-being. Well, I don't. Wow, he really just came out and said it. I don't. The only one with whom I'm worried about is you. I care for Emil, but he's failed in his mission, and so he serves you. He's no longer the leader, but the follower, and he does well, I'd say. But you are the means of a new era for mankind. Your mission will enable the world to forever... Your mission will enable the world... Ensure, probably is what was supposed to be there. Ensure the world is forever changed for the better. If I lose my life for something like that, it's a small price to pay. I think the others are here to bask in your glory without earning any of it. That's my honest opinion on the matter. It's not about... You know what? We're going full blue. It's not about glory, though. We can accomplish what we set out to do and live to see it through. We shouldn't be reckless. You're supposed to be a benevolent figure. Those beliefs you uphold you should follow, as you are loved for it. But as your servant, I can do what you can't, ensuring your legacy is untarnished. I love my place as your retainer. No. I don't think so. I'm just remembering that I picked blue. To die for you would be the honor of my life. Please, stop! I only require companionship from you all. Helping me or not isn't necessary. I am meant to do it alone. I appreciate everyone's help, but this isn't a competition. If it were, I'd win. Sir! He mutters childishly. I know you care the most. It can be overwhelming at times. You don't need to prove it to me or anyone else. Can't you just serve me in the way I want to be served? As my friend? No. Nope. Not unless there's a debug. No. I don't know if I'm worthy of your friendship. It's clear we're very different. That doesn't matter. Can you learn from me? Of course I can. I have a long way to go before I can be worthy of the title as your greatest follower. Or as your friend. Nonsense. You helped me feel better earlier. Truly? Yeah, this whole experience has been disorienting. It shouldn't be too difficult to get rid of the poltergeist. Just require helping with a grievance, helping them pass on by solving whatever unfinished business they have. Try not to worry. I'll take it upon myself to solve their request. You have enough on your plate as is. They chose the perfect person, however. The job of a rectifier never ends, does it? You shake your head. I have a means to extract the ghost by using my marked ability, if you'd allow me. He doesn't state what specifically, in case the ghost is listening. Using his verbal compelling mantra, he calls it, to command the ghost to leave you. It just might work. How remarkably marked abilities were. But wait. Percy, that's it! What is? A marked ability! The voice in my head! It's definitely possible? Some form of telepathy, maybe? All Nephilim and half-bloods have marked abilities, it's true. Correct. They said they were surrounded by a land that was dead and they couldn't see. That sounds like the Rift. It's a wasteland, and if they can't see, they must be locked in one of those caravans. They are disguised in such a way that passengers assume it's supplies or livestock. You're incredible for figuring that out. It's not certain, nor is it proven false. There's only one way to find out. Even if it were a Nephilim, how do we know they'd be on the very carriage we board? I imagine telepathy only has a certain range. All abilities have limitations. Besides, I doubt Stellus has managed to get his hands on multiple Nephilim. They aren't commonplace. That's more likely they're a half-blood. Do you think the last boarding was this morning? If it were, our theory grows more credible. Regardless, we can help whoever is captured on our trip and be rid of the ghost in Concord. 2 birds, 1 stone. And Greer was worried about time. He should be done by now. Should we head back? We should. Before we do, my apologies. I forgive you, Percy, but I think Styles is owed 1 more than me. He can just be so persistent. Sounds like someone I know. Mr. Percy. A fine point. Also, you shouldn't call Glyphomat. Percy sighs. I'll get him a treat. Get him 5. Consider it done. And you shouldn't, we're just ripping into him. And you shouldn't antagonize Ren. He's naturally aggressive. What difference does it make if I add to it or not? Percy, can I at least get something in return? Like what? Something for every time I resist the urge to insult the ogre. You already failed. Something for every time I resist the urge to insult him. Oh, yes! You know what? Yeah. A kiss on the cheek sounds very like something he would chomp at the bit for. If you behave well, I'll give you a kiss on the cheek. Yeah, kiss on the cheek. Maybe a kiss on the cheek. You chuckle. That? For not insulting that oaf? Yes. Shit. Oh, baby, it's okay. Shit. You meant it as a joke, but now it seems you'll have to go through with it. Yeah, every word capitalized. I won't mess up next time I speak about him. Nice try. It's important you remember for the future. I will not fail. This man is trying. Ish. Trying in scare quotes. After negotiations are complete, you both find your way back to the meeting spot. Luckily, Greer is standing there waiting for you both. What happened to being quick, huh? Here, 8 tickets on the Evil Express. Next boarding's in an hour. We should get going. I've always wanted to ride in a carriage, but not like this. We're rescuing whoever's inside. Then it'll be a normal carriage ride. That's good. I, for one, cannot wait, he says through gritted teeth. The boarding takes place on an abandoned road on the outskirts of town. For a while, it's just your group shuffling their feet in the dirt. You sure this is the right place? If we're gonna do some sketchy shit, this place seems about right. Shh, I hear footsteps. You don't see anyone for another moment. Is this the whole group? You got your ticket? Percy nods, handing them the tickets. One of the men squints, counting the group. 8. What's with the horny man and the beast? My prisoners. My prisoners! Without chains? I have other means to restrain them. The man looks more confused. They're harmless. The men can only shrug it off. Can we board now? There's another fella supposed to join. Another passenger? I thought it would just be us. Not wrong, Priesty. Percy taps his foot impatiently, huffing. Relax, it shouldn't be long. If he isn't here in the next 5 minutes, we'll leave without him. See? 4 minutes later, another man approaches. Shit. He's dressed in a headdress in a long... in a long kook. It's ever so slightly concerning that you can't see his eyes, but what did you expect of the people who use this means of transportation? You take all your places in the carriage before long. Yeah! And like that, you're off. It's silent for a while. You're all packed in like sardines. It's gonna be a long trip. Your eyes go to the back, where the smallest air holes dot the top. Percy follows your eyes. I know you're anxious, but we shouldn't do anything until we're at least a couple of hours from town. That way, we don't have to worry about anyone sending reinforcements. Well, like this, it doesn't look packed. But there's more people here. For the first time, you wish the voice would come back. Percy's hand rests over top yours, squeezing gently. His hand is cold, but the sentiment itself is warm. It won't be much longer. We'll find a way to pass the time, take your mind off things. Oh, he brings a finger to his upper lip in thought. I descry with my third eye. Someone. Yeah. Someone. He fixes his eyes on you. Drop dead gorgeous. Me, Leor, you. You know what? We're gonna keep going with blue because possibly, yeah. We're gonna keep going with blue because it seems to be really funny. And like the answers that Prince would choose. You? He nearly doubles over at that. Please. Sure, I'm not hard to look at, might even be sought after in particularly tasteless circles. But drop dead gorgeous, your kindness borders on the absurd. Though I thank you for saying so. I wasn't joking. I find you very attractive. I love that we're flirting in the, there are people all around us and we're just flirting. Is anyone gonna say anything about this? I don't know what could I've done in my lowly life to have earned such a thing. But thank you. Unfortunately though, that's the wrong answer. But don't worry your gorgeous head, that was just a practice round. The rest of I descry goes off without much of a hitch and does help pass the time, especially when some of the others join in, much to Percy's annoyance. It does become more fun the more who participate, minus Ren and Styles, of course. You even learn a game where you are assigned some person, place, or object written on your forehead that you must guess. No one was exactly sure when would be a good time to make your move, but the first opportunity presented itself not a few hours later. That time came when the carriage came to a halt. Gotta feed the horses. If you gotta piss, best do it now! Piss it all by yourselves, handsome! You all file out of the carriage to stretch your legs. You find yourself all huddling together. Should we do it now? Piss? Group pissing begins in 3 minutes. It's a good time as any. You didn't plan this? Plan is simple. Break out the prisoner, and if anyone stops us, we stop them. Yeah, no, we all form a circle and piss in the same spot. It's a ritual we do. This is ridiculous. What do I do? Can I suggest a course of action? Hi, baby. Oh, you just came to give Mommy a drive-by rub. He says, Mommy, more cuddles. I know, baby. More cuddles later, okay? More cuddles later. Please, finally, something useful. You shoot Percy, chastising glance. He sucks in his lip as if to ward it off. Yeah, more cuddles for the Kiko. She's gonna get all the cuddles. I'll go invisible and try to steal the keys to the carriage. Someone should distract the guards, perhaps Greer or Lior. Ren, Stalls, and Glyph, you keep an eye out. What about Percy and me? When I release whoever's inside, you both talk down to the drivers and the extra passenger. Sounds like a good plan. Without a word of objection, Emil disappears before your eyes. Okay, Lior and Greer make their way to the drivers. Ren, Styles, and Glyph begin walking the grounds. You think this'll work? It'll work. Will we face interference is the real question. Assassin! You look up to the hooded man. Me? He points to Percy. Oh! Percival S. Kinnan? Percy squints suspiciously. Who sent you? What do you think? Oh, you look between him and Percy, worry sinking into your gut. As if on cue, the man reaches into his robes and at a great speed goes flying towards Percy. With the flick of your wrist, you send out a wave of energy, knocking the dagger to the grass behind him. A moment later, Percy's eyes meet with the assassin's. It's clear from that alone that Stellus was a fool. He wasn't familiar enough with his target's power to even pull this off. Once the spider injected their poison, it was over. Perish! The man's muscles convulse, and he reaches into his robes once again. Another dagger in his hand, then both hands, as he points it towards his own navel. Oh. No! Stop! Why can't I move? Percy's compelling would last only a minute, but it was long enough to finish the job plenty of times over. Oh, he's got... Interesting. Percy, stop! Stop! He repeats, and the dagger falls to his feet. He collapses to his knees, breathing heavily. The group finds their way back to you guys, abandoning the plan. What's going on? This man tried to assassinate Percy! The man's hood is pulled off his head without a single person touching him. Stellus is doing. The man is middle-aged, bearded, with a scar across his cheek. Are you working for Stellus? Not gonna talk. Hi, geekers! You're back! You're back! Come get cuddles! Come get some cuddles! Come get some pets! Oh, thank you for a kiss! Thank you for a kiss! So cute, thank you for a kiss! Ren brings his foot down on the man, flattening him against the ground, his weight pressing on one of his arms. He screams. Better start talking! He can break your arm in a second. Yes. That was easy. We got all the information we need. Now be rid of him. Percy, no, we don't need to do that. He just tried to kill one of us. Would you like to do the honors, Leor? Well, no. We can arrest him right along with Stellus. Very well. Count your blessings, filth. You were touched by an angel today. Ren, without another word, removes his foot and lifts the man by his hair, sending him upright. Wait a second, I know you. He hired this guy? He can hardly hunt. Greer belts out a laugh. Oh, Stellus on a budget? I thought this trafficking stuff made good money. The drivers approach. What'd you say? Emil can only facepalm. How much for my plan? We know you have someone in that caravan. And what's it to you? Release them. We can't do that. Then allow me. Release them at once. One of the drivers, all of his muscles contract, and without another word of protest, he walks towards the carriage. Will, where are you going? Are you just gonna do what the priest says? What about our pay? The driver doesn't answer. Hey, I'm talking to you! He attempts to grab the other driver, but is stopped by Ren, grabbing the back of his shirt and throwing him to the ground. Sit. The man shakes, but doesn't defy him. Y'all watch as the driver unlocks the caravan. Huh? What's going on? What's all the noise? Were we robbed? Yeah, hey, I'm talking to you. The voice. The sources, whoever's in there. You approach. The carriage opens and it's silent for a good moment. It's okay. You come out. We've come to rescue you. Is it true? Or are they trying to trick me? Why isn't the driver talking? Please don't be scared. I heard your call. What? What are they talking about? Who's talking? I'm Prince. I'm a Nephilim. I heard your call for help. I was staying in the city of Alba when I heard your call. No harm will come to you anymore. Please trust me. A Nephilim? Like an angel? That's not possible. Oh, hi! You shift, radiating a blinding light, illuminating the darkness of the wagon. It is possible. We don't mean you any harm. We purposely boarded to rescue you. You can hear me? I can. You've really come to help me. We have. Please come out. It takes a moment for her to get up with the chains on her feet and behind her back. Wow. What you see is a brown-skinned girl with mousy features and charcoal-colored hair. She's skinny with bags under her eyes. You extend your arms. She hesitates only a moment before falling into you. Percy, tell the driver to retrieve the keys to her chains. He does just that. Before you know it, the girl is standing, rubbing her wrists and scratching at her ankles. Yeah, just open it. We're like, bam, hey. So, see, check the wings and the extra eye. Her chains on the driver's. Oh, her chains on the driver is an assassin instead. I can't believe this. Thank you, all of you. I don't know how I could possibly repay you all. That isn't necessary. Maybe you could tell us your name? Twyla. Are you Nephilim as well? No, but my father was. Half-blood. Turns out we were right. You exchange a smile with Percy. We thought you were a ghost! A ghost? I suppose my power does give off that impression. I'm sorry to have used it. I used it so I didn't know what else I could do. It isn't a problem. I'm just glad I'm not going insane. I reached the right person, at least. No kidding. What now? We're traveling to New Hampton. Is there somewhere we can take you? I have no home to return to. I was taken off the streets. Been an orphan all my life. How'd they find out you were a half-blood? I stayed in the city of Woodsmark. There's a spot where the rift intersects with the land. I could cross it. Hadn't thought any differently of it. Someone must have told someone else of this, and they kidnapped me. I've been captured since. It's been months now, I guess. Stellus, you don't waste a second. Miss Twyla, let me be the first to apologize. The man that did this to you was someone I put in charge of my cathedral. Of course, I had no idea he'd ever do something like this. But rest assured, he will be punished. Mr. Percy. Percy, thank you, but you don't need to apologize. It wasn't you who did this. I appreciate your apology. My cathedral is in Concord, New Hampton. We worship the angels, like your father, like Prince here. If you have nowhere to go back to, may I be so bold as to suggest that you stay at my cathedral? Of course, we will deal with Stellus beforehand. That's kind of you. Also interesting. I don't know what I would feel. I don't know how I would feel if I was kidnapped, saved, and this guy was like, I worship people like your dad. Do you want to come stay at my church? I think I'd be like, I feel like it'd be weird for me to be there. It'd be weird. That's kind of you. I honestly don't know what to say. Yeah, also there's a furry and a demon and a sexy old man. You've plenty of time to think it over. We still have another 2 weeks of travel. I'll think it over. Again, thank you all. I look forward to getting to know you all during our journey. A glorious chapel built into the side of a mountain stands prettier than anything that surrounds it. Oh, of a mountain, yeah, stands prettier than anything that surrounds it, sits amongst willow trees, green waters, and golden skies. We're here. His gaze is stony. Do you think he's here? I have no doubt. Let us be done with this. Percy, I think we should gather as much evidence against him as we possibly can. So you're saying to play nice? Only for a little while, then we can ambush him. No, I don't think they do, but willow trees are, well, weeping willow trees are droopy. I don't know about regular willow trees, if there even is such thing. Every time I think back to Twyla, sitting in that dark, disgusting wagon, all I can see is frail, scared, lost. I want him to know what it feels like. He will. He'll rot away in a dungeon somewhere, never to see the light of day again. Just wait a little longer. Your lips find their way to Percy's cheek. He jumps at the contact, and you're startled by his reaction. I'm sorry? No. You... Do it again? Could you please do that again? Properly this time. Certainly. You stamp your lips gently against his cheek. Ah, soft and cold to the touch. You imagine your lips must be warm against his face. He touches it with a look of disbelief, then brings his hand to his chest. Thank you. Prince, I don't know how much more I could take. He seems to be doing better. Good. You're glad you could help. I just distracted him with kisses. What do we do with these guys? Don't. You broke the mood. You broke the mood. The driver and the assassin sit tied up where Twyla once was. We have a dungeon they can stay in. A dungeon? Mm-hmm. Right below our feet. Cliff looks down at his feet as if he just stepped foot in quicksand. The conversation is interrupted by the door opening. There stands a man in robes similar to Percy's, just noticeably less grandiose. Father? Inform Stellus of my arrival. No need. Oh. A man in equally grandiose dressings appears. There's only one person it could be. Wasn't expecting you! To what do we owe this pleasure? Percy slips into a relaxed demeanor. So quickly, so effortlessly, you almost forget for a moment his enemies. My friends and I were in the area. I wanted to give them a tour. Then we'll be on our way once more. Stellus scans the group, including Twyla. Like Percy before, Stellus manages to regain his composure. You're impressed that he managed to hide his shock so quickly. If you'd blinked, you'd most certainly missed it. Of course. Excuse the mess. Percy looks genuinely bothered by that information, more than Stellus's appearance. Our carriage, it contains some prisoners. Could you have someone take them to the dungeon? Instead of inquiring further, Stellus does as instructed. At once. With a snap of his finger, 2 additional men scramble over to the carriage and start taking the men away. It's clear Stellus has been caught. What will he try to do now? What a trip you've had! Yes, that's my last time using a carriage to cross the rift. I wouldn't recommend it. You watch for Stellus' reaction, but he gives nothing substantial. Percy notices as well, deciding to change the subject. We'll be staying the night. Of course, stay as long as you'd like. I'll be sure to check on those prisoners myself as soon as I've finished showing this one around. He turns his attention towards you, displaying the first sign of genuine emotion since Stellus arrived. Aw, me specifically? Aw. So Stellus had decided to play dumb. Perhaps he'll send another assassin after Percy. You mustn't leave his side. Well, he isn't the only one who can play dumb. You'll show me around, Father, won't you? Everyone's like, whoa, hold on! You say wrapping your arms around Percy's arm. He looks genuinely shocked. Of course, he says much too loudly while clearing his throat. I'll have someone show the rest of your group around. Emil saddles up beside Twyla. You're thankful for him. She'll need to be protected. Thankfully, your group is privy to your thoughts without saying a word. Or did Twyla speak to them, you wonder? You and Percy, arm in arm, end up wandering the grounds quite naturally, like you're returning home after a long trip. Father, you've returned. Percy perks up at the sight of the soft-faced man. John! John? The two share a hug where Percy whispers in his ear while patting his back. You brought guests! Without another moment, John reaches for your hand, pressing a soft kiss to your knuckles. The rest of the group isn't dignified with such a response, as they are led off by another man dressed much in the same way John is. John Johnman, the real person. This is Prince. You can thank them for my return. He says your name in such a way it makes you feel like you're royalty. Ain't that ironic? John bows before you and you shake your head. Please, it's nothing, really. As you watch the others depart, specifically Stellis, you turn your focus back to Percy. So, Father! You seem to be shocked about that. How did it make you feel? What's the plan? You whisper. I'll give you a proper tour, then John and I will further investigate. As for you and the others, you will rest easy. I'll handle this. You've done so much already. Are you sure? Absolutely. I'll give you an exclusive tour. You show me your bedroom? All right. John, I'll summon you in about an hour. He only nods, departing in the direction of the others. It feels strange, leisurely exploring the grounds when a known criminal walks among you. But you have faith Percy can handle this situation without you, though you wish he'd let you help him, just a little. The cathedral is gorgeous, especially at sunset. The stained glass colors touch everything in the main hall. The place is spotless, despite Percy fussing at how much dust there is. There's a gentle calm that resonates through its walls. After an hour, Percy begrudgingly walks you to your room, where the others are also placed. Please try not to worry. I can see it all over your face. I've handled far worse than this lot. I know, I've been spoiled by your kindness. Let me take some of the burden off your shoulders. Comfort Twyla. So much is new to her. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Alrighty. That's a fair point. Okay, yeah. Very well. Will I see you in the morning? With breakfast in hand, he says, smiling and bidding you farewell. I mean, I guess he's like, I'll go take care of the criminal. You just go comfort the orphan we picked up. Yeah. Well, I guess because we have the others with us. Before you can retreat to your room. Prince, just a moment, please. She's by your side in a moment. I wanted to apologize. Firstly, for frightening you and for burdening you with saving me, though I am eternally grateful. It truly isn't a problem. I'm glad we could help you. We'll help as much as we can while we're here. You'll be leaving soon. Yes, in a few days if everything goes as planned. Perseus said you could stay here if you'd like. Unfortunately, I can't offer an alternative option. Anything is better than where I came. I'm grateful for his benevolence. You two seem close. Ding, I know what you are. Yeah, gay, homosexual gay. You can only look at your feet. I'm sorry, I said too much. You know what? I care for him. Yeah, we're going straight blue. No, it's just, well, we are close, but it's best not to put a name on what exactly our relationship is. Yeah, it's just different nuances of it. I care for him is all, just as I do the others. Twyla seems content with your response, turning her attention elsewhere. Yeah, they're lucky to have you as their leader. The only stories I know of Nephilim were the ones spoken in my travels. I'd never known I was related to one until it was too late. I don't know what purpose I serve. No one does. It's for you and only you to decide. Would it be alright if I write to you when you leave? Of course, though I can't promise a quick response. That's fine. I'd like some form of guidance. I'll do what I can. I'll let you get some rest now. Thank you for speaking with me. It wasn't a problem. I wish the best for you. This place may not be perfect, but the people here will help you get back on your feet. Enjoy staying in a place where the people worship the type of being your father is. Interesting. Thank you again. Also, I'm gonna go gay it up with the priest, so don't worry. You can only nod as you find your way into your room and bed. As the sun sets, you try to settle in bed without an ounce of comfort in your bones. Sure, there are no voices in your head. yeah, exactly. You'll get a full sprite. But the pure silence is just as unsettling. Maybe a walk will help. I don't think it will. Your feet end up finding the grounds of the cathedral's courtyard. Graced with flowers, fresh air, and the company of statues, you think it'll help you find some peace. One statue in particular seems to have caught Percy's attention. He stands with a duster in hand, speaking incoherently. It's unclear exactly what he's doing. What he's like he's dusting, what he's saying, but he speaks adoringly, similar to how he speaks to you. As you arrive, you watch him, his back to you, his eyes tied together behind him. Tied? Gorgeous you are. Hello? Hello. Hello! I'm not gonna say yes, because, yes, he called me gorgeous earlier, but... Hello. Hello. Percy spins around, clutching his chest. Are you alright? I wasn't expecting you. Can you not sleep? You shake your head. Poor thing. It's been quite an eventful couple of weeks. Did you find anything useful? Do you really want to discuss that right now? You nod, and he exhales a heavy sigh. I found lots of evidence. This is a horrible man we're dealing with, but soon he won't be a problem anymore, rest assured. I'm glad John wasn't harmed. Indeed, he's done this congregation a great service. He'll be Stellis's replacement. As for some of the others who've stood by idly while Stellis wreaked havoc in my absence, they will be punished. Please, enough of this. I'd rather not dampen this beautiful night with talk of him or anyone else for that matter. Somehow I knew we were gonna come back to this. I'd much rather discuss you calling me father earlier. There's nothing to discuss. Everyone else also does here. You must know it's much different when you call me that. Whoa! Whoa! Sir! Percy's like, I'll fuck you in the courtyard if I have to. Wow. It sets me on fire. Thankfully, he changes the subject for your sake or his, you aren't too sure. Oh, okay. No, yeah, right in front of the angel statue. It's wonderful to have you here in this courtyard specifically. We've built it just for your kind. Yeah, you know what? Phantom's right. That's why it's called the courtyard. It's beautiful. It warms my heart that you sought it out. Nephilim have a natural fondness for flowers, as do their worshippers. Percy wanders around for a moment, dragging his hands across the arrangements of flora, before stopping and plucking one of the flowers in it. It's a large purple amaryllis. He stands studying it for another moment before he presents it to you. Is this the CG? Yay! Its beauty can't compare to the one that stands before me, but I chose the one I found most fitting. Rename it the fuckyard when we're done. Yeah. Among Stellis's many crimes is not watering them properly. Thank you. You needn't give me one. Nonsense. Every flower in the world is for you. This courtyard was designed so that you'd look upon us humans favorably. It used to be called the Pounding Plaza. You're seeing it at its worst, unfortunately. It has your special touch all over it. It's clear you designed it. That's not necessarily a compliment. Is it not? I'm a great many things, admittedly not everyone's taste. He's right, but that means little to me. Am I to your tastes? Why don't you find out, father? You know what? Of course, I'm fond of who you are. That's all I could ask for. I fear that I'm a burden to you. You're not a burden, and even if I thought so, that wouldn't make it true. What a sentence! You're just yourself. I don't determine your value. I hate to disagree with you, but it's exactly that. My worth is what I can do for you, for seeing your mission be done. But we're supposed to be in this together, as equals. He shakes his head, going quiet, not willing to dispute you again. The amount of submission is unnerving. I'd really appreciate if you could try and get some rest. You look worn down. Lovely, still, but clearly exhausted. We've plenty of time to talk in the morning. Okay, I'll try. Promise you'll do the same? Promise. Sleep well, Percy. Sleep better, gorgeous. All right, sir. All right. But also, The night carries on, and you're able to find some sleep easier than you anticipated. The amaryllis sitting on your pillow as you drift off into a deep sleep. Fuck! Only to be awoken horribly by a blood-curdling scream. It resonates from down the hall and in your mind. It's Twyla! Before you know it, you and the remaining group are sprinting down the hall in the direction where the scream's coming from. You're led down a stairwell while Twyla stands in the doorway of a dark, stormy room, filled with the light of a singular sconce. What's wrong? Are you alright? Twyla points, her eyes widen into pure shock. You follow her figure. Oh, Percy, what did you do? Yeah, the screaming square. And see Percy again, standing with his back to you. This time with Stellus bloody and unmoving his feet. Percy! I really want to imagine that the main character says that like scolding a particularly bad dog. There's a mixture of objections and complaints from your group, but you don't hear any of them. Percy, what have you done? He turns to face you all, looking dead in the eyes as he steps over Stellus, wiping some of the blood that sprayed off his glasses. No one was supposed to see. I didn't mean for Twyla to witness this. She went down the wrong path and stumbled upon this. What happened to throwing him in jail? Percy! You had ample evidence. It's pointless, Prince. I said I'd deal with it, and I have. He will no longer cause any more strife. Oh, God! Oh, everyone's upset! Oh! Stop eating the food. No. That was the only way. Just say you were looking for a chance to quench your bloodlust. Man, it's been a while since I've done Styles' voice. Even during stream, dropping in that suddenly, my vocal cords didn't like that. Yeah, Percy, that kills people. That's exactly the tone and timbre I was thinking of. Hold on. We saw with our own eyes the horrors this man has committed. Stellus has much more blood on his hands than this. So just slaughter him like some animal? The least they could have done was have a fair duel to settle this. Fair duels are common on the battlefield, are they? Don't pretend like the war crimes. Holy shit! Like the war crimes you've committed are any different from what Percy's done here. The man tried to have him assassinated. It's an eye for an eye. Huh? Everyone's fighting and I'm confused. There are ways to punish him, but only when a fair trial's been offered first. You didn't even give him a chance. There's no court system that exists in New Hampton. This is cult business. What fair trial do you truly expect to come from this? All of you, enough. I've heard your arguments. I understand what you're all saying. But I understand I took justice into my own hands. But I wouldn't be able to move on without putting him down myself. The atrocities he's committed, all under my name, he worked to have me taken out. None of it was I ever capable of letting go. What will you do with me, Prince? I'll accept any decision you make. I sentence you to punishment, husbandism. Please have mercy, Prince. I was startled by the scene, but I'm relieved that Stellus no longer lives. Wow, I feel like I can breathe. That I'm safe. No one expected that. No one expected that. Though, of course, he's your companion. It's still your say. What will you do? I'm not gonna condemn him. I'm gonna forgive him and give him a kiss on the cheek, and I'm gonna say, next time, talk to me, honey. Forgive. I'm upset, but I forgive you. I'm upset. I hate that it came to this. Your gut twists, but you know well enough that certain situations call for drastic solutions. He almost took your life. The horrible condition we found Twyla in. All of this done while soiling your name, it's clear that this was the best way to deal with someone like him. Prince, I'm simply humbled by you. I won't take your forgiveness for granted. I may have acted too rashly, and I should have involved you. I'll only promise to do better. Please allow me to prove it to you. There's no such thing as a perfect solution to every problem we encounter. Your opponent was willing to play dirty, so you could only match that if you wanted to come out the victor. It's necessary we have someone like you at our side. Just make sure you reserve this punishment for those who truly deserve your malice. You grow weary at the sight. Let us all return to our rooms. We may discuss more in the following days. We all need time to cool our heads. The group seems split still, but ultimately does as you say, thankfully. You're still able to hold it together until you get to your room. On instinct, you reach for the flower Percy had given you only hours before, finding some comfort in it. Proof of Percy's heart. You close your eyes, recalling the touches, the words, the gestures you shared. There's no telling if you made the right decision. But your heart's set. The truth is that you also need him by your side, no matter what that entails. No matter if it means you'll never progress past where you are now. You can't imagine facing this journey without him. Even if it meant it would always be this way. Maybe that'd be enough. The feeling of his thumb grazing your cheek becomes the forefront of your thoughts, lulling you into an uninterrupted sleep. With the hope he'll keep his promise and greet you in the morning, with breakfast in hand. Morning light floods into the room. See, I would have accepted if it ended there. I would have accepted that being an ending. That felt really wonderfully finite, too. Open-ended but finite, but I am absolutely okay with going still. Morning light floods into the room. It takes a solid minute to completely regain your memory. The sleep you fell into was almost as if you died. We did not kiss. I don't believe we actually kiss any of them fully. We kiss his cheek, and I think that's about as much as we do. It was oddly peaceful then, having lost all memory and thought feels... Oh, though having lost all memory and thought feels terrifying now. I'm sorry to wake you. I brought breakfast. Come in. He opens the... he's like... he's coming in like a guilty dog. He opens the door slowly, a tray in hand with an assortment of fruits and vegetables, boiled eggs and hummus, wearing a nervous smile on his face. It's clear last night, or rather your discussion of last night, hasn't left his mind. You give him a small smile. It seems to at least ease some of his nerves. Probably not all of them. He's still like, I fucked up, didn't I? He sets the tray gently on your lap, bending down to look at you, gauging your expression. Hi? You were kind enough to forgive me for my past transgressions. I want to be even more vigilant in showing my gratitude. You begin by picking at some of the food on your plate. He watches you for a moment. When you look at him, he dodges your gaze. Something he rarely does. Do you want some? No, I couldn't possibly. He's interrupted by his stomach growling. You hold out a piece of flatbread dipped in hummus to him. He attempts to refuse. No, eat, motherfucker! You shove it against his lips. Eat. For me. You gently demand. He swallows deeply, opening his mouth to take a bite. Eyes closing, face flushed. You set the tray between you two as you eat in comfortable silence. Nothing was certain, but if you could have these kinds of mornings with him every day, then you could live with that. Ah, there we go. That's the end. So I think if we didn't have my, calling my mother, we'd probably... I think that would have taken about 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah. If I remember correctly, the dev said Styles was the longest. Which... You know what? We can do it. We can do it. Yeah, they're short, but really good. It's hard to do short well. It's hard to do short well, because it can always feel like you're like, but wait, what about X? But I feel like they've left it, the end, as writers, this is great. It's left open-ended enough to make you go, ooh, I want more, but not so open-ended that you go, you didn't answer all my questions. Visible MC, our name is Prince. We're gonna go with Leor. More than the embodiment of lust. Yeah. Yeah. Leor is a silly, mischievous bard. He has a fondness for music, monsters, and mankind at large. If you put up with his day-to-day theatrics underneath the glitz and glamour, you might find a man worth making a home with. Oh! Are you sure you want to select Leor? Yeah. Stolen moments. Absolutely not. I'm starting to worry that you people really are allergic to fun. It's a waste of time, resources, and involves unnecessary dangers. There's no point to it. I think there's like 2 or 3 writers. Unnecessary dangers are the best part, big guy. Let me show you. And just let me show you. Yeah, I'm gonna rotate you. You try your best to swallow your laughter. Greer's waggling eyebrows across the campfire are not helping. I can handle any dangers, unnecessary or otherwise, by myself. Oh dear. What? You're certainly brave. Could it be then that you simply can't dance? Don't tell me my precious soldier has 2 left feet. The cup that goes flying towards Leor lands at his feet with a clatter. He seems wholly unfazed. Oh, my poor heart is breaking. But still, what Leor said intrigues you. Why on earth is he bringing up dancing? Leor brightens immediately, spinning on his heel to finally address all of you. Why, yes! As you all know, we're barely an hour's walk away from this delightful little city called Delphine. But what may have escaped your attention, my sweets, is that Delphine is famous for its celebrations. Infamous, even. I see. Is that all? Well, no. There's a wedding happening tonight. The Duke's only daughter finally got hitched into a gentleman with a very padded coin purse, I hear. A shame that people's purses are not the only thing he's been known for padding. Where on earth do you hear all these things? You know, honestly, I'm a styles on this. Where the fuck did you get that information? To celebrate this delightful union, the city is holding week-long festivities. And while we obviously can't stick around for the whole thing, all the scandalous parts will be happening tonight anyways. What exactly is it that you're suggesting, Leor? That we all go out and celebrate, of course. Things have been far too serious lately. We should let our hair down, literally and figuratively. And I take it that Ren disagrees? He just likes making me miserable. Say what you will, but I think he's right. We have more important things to be doing than dancing. Yeah. Oh, Frosty, you wound me. What could possibly be more important than fun? If that's all that's important to you, Leor, we can put it to a vote. Oh, if it's that important to you. You turn the idea over in your mind. There hasn't been much time for dancing, true. Styles and Ren make a good point. It's dangerous at worst and a dubious use of your time at best. But Leor really seems to have his heart set on it. And you haven't been to a human wedding in... Well, have you ever? You're not even really sure what a wedding looks like. Nephilim don't get married. It could be fun. Find out. Alright, everyone. If you believe we should attend this... Wedding. Yes, wedding. Then please raise your hand. We'll go with whatever the majority dictates. Left's hand shoots in the air, but no other hands follow. Leor scans the group one by one, holding eye contact with anyone who dares look at his direction. Ren stares him down without shame. Emil and Percy simply look away. Greer somehow has disappeared, his cup still half full, at his seat by the fire. Leor's eyebrows furrow, his lip quivers. You can't help but liken him to a kick puppy, and then his sad little eyes land on you. Ah. You want to come dancing with me, don't you, Prince? He barely gives you time to think before he's at your side, his warm hands on your arms. I'll bet you're a wonderful dancing partner, darling. There's no shame in it if you aren't. I'm an excellent teacher. You're faintly aware of Ren scoffing to your left, muttering about Leor's cheap tricks. But the warmth of his hands and the mirth of his smile are far more distracting. The silence drags on, expectant eyes rest upon you. You want to make Leor happy. All right. You slowly raise your hand in the air, avoiding his gaze. But I don't think I'm a very good dancer. Leor's smile goes all soft around the edges. Thank you, Angel. Please don't worry about the dancing. We don't have to. There'll be plenty of other things to enjoy. And if the mood strikes you, I am a pretty good teacher. I can show you how to do a couple basic turns at least. That's nice of you, Leor. Maybe we could find you a dance partner there. One who knows what they're doing at least. And leave you alone to get snapped up by someone else? Absolutely not. You'd be the best partner there by miles, Angel, dancing shoes on or not. This is all very sweet, but with or without Prince's vote, the majority isn't in your favor, Leor. You don't say. The group is decided then. You'll stay at camp. How thrilling. We could still have a drink here, couldn't we? An excellent point. There's nothing stopping us from celebrating here. We could even dance if you insist on it. No offense intended, Frosty, but I'd take my chances dancing with Ren before I dare partner up with you. I mean, the group generally, Leor. I was not suggesting the two of us dance together. Thank the stars. Yeah, I'll take what I can get, I suppose. He gives your arm a quick squeeze, flashing a slightly sulky smile your way. I appreciate you trying, Angel. It's not your fault this camp's full of idiots who hate joy in music and fun. If you still want to play some music, we wouldn't object, Leor. And reward you bums with my songs? I think not. Despite all his sulking, Lior does end up playing a few songs, drawn to an audience like a moth to a flame. The evening passes in a mellow dance of drink and companionship. Ren still stubbornly refuses to dance, even when Lior bursts into an improvised song about his alleged two left feet. Glyph attempts to teach everyone a folk dance from his home, but most of the camp refuse to play along. Those who feel brave enough are quickly left in the dust by Glyph's fast-paced movements. Eventually, Greer returns with an uncorked bottle of wine from somewhere. Where'd you get the wine? And reluctantly pours everyone a glass. Did he go to the town? Though Styles insists Lior only has a sip, last time's incident has not been quickly forgotten. Some things you just can't unsee. Oh, what? You spend most of your evening relaxing. It was a good evening for it, after all. Yeah, the air is warm, the distant chatter pleasant. It would be nice to take a moment for yourself. You stretch out your limbs in front of the modest fire, letting the sights and sounds of the evening wash over you. Greer is not far from you, and after a moment, he produces a small bottle from his coat. What? Another bottle? He glances around for witnesses before taking a long sip. He locks eyes with you as he adjusts the cloth mask back into position and lifts the bottle up as a silent offering. Before you can reply, you feel a pair of arms draping over your shoulders and someone lean their cheek atop your head. I hope that offer extends to both of us, sailor. You know what? I don't want to think about emergency ass wine. No. I thought Sal said you drunk your fill tonight, Lior. What? What Daddy Dearest doesn't know won't kill him. What is up? Whoa! Greer rolls the bottle over to the pair of you with a fond sigh. If you must, but I'm not gonna be the one holding your pretty hair back when you get sick. Did you hear that, Angel? He thinks I'm pretty. Greer scoffs as Lior slips off you to scoop up the bottle, taking a big confident swig. His confidence dies quickly. That is vile. He scans the bottle for a label with a huff, puffing at his cheeks like it might dispel the taste. What even is it? Poison? Shoe polish? Suddenly you're not so sure you want to give it a try after all. Is it that bad? Worse. Lior's just being dramatic like always. Pay him no mind. I know. I think that's put me off of drinking for the rest of the night. Styles will be thrilled. You'll live. You fancy any prints? I think I'll abstain. Shut up! In solidarity with Lior, of course. Oh, sweet. And smart, too. Too much drinking might spoil the fun before it starts, so to speak. You and Greer catch each other's eye, equally confused. The night, for all intents and purposes, is already ending. Lior laughs at your matching looks and pats you gently on the head. Never you mind. I'm off to pawn this on to our darling Percy. I'll tell him it's vintage. What? He skips off without a care. Oh, that was my drink! Greer shoots up, giving chase. You hear Lior's cackle of laughter melt into a background of thundering footsteps and yelled expletives. Well, the peace and quiet was nice while it lasted. But eventually, as all things must, the evening draws to a close. You bid your farewells to the few remaining party-goers still sitting around the fire and prepare yourself for bed. It feels good to tuck yourself in, letting your muscles relax and your mind wander. Today, it's already been an unusual ride. Well, what will tomorrow bring? You look forward to finding out. Please don't let me wake up to another person screaming. Oh, god damn it. If you turn out to be a ridiculously heavy sleeper, this is going to ruin my whole plan and I'll be quite upset about it. What? Oh, perfect. Good morning, Angel. There was something wrong. You try to sit up, rubbing sleep from your eyes. You can't have been out for very long. It's still dark outside. Lior taps his index finger against his lips, which does nothing to ease your growing nerves. Did someone attack in the night? You didn't hear a commotion. Maybe the others were taken? Everyone else is sleeping. It's all right. Oh, well, that's good. Then why am I awake? I was really quite sad we'd have to miss the party, but fair is fair. The camp voted against a lot of us going. You blink, slowly trying to piece together the information in your sleep-addled mind. You have no idea where this is going. But nobody said anything about this. The two. Nope. Too fast. But nobody said anything about just the two of us going, did they? We're really quite lucky after all. Nope. Where did I get any of those words? Most of those words were there, in different order, though. We're quite lucky, really. The city celebrations are known for lasting well into the morning. We'll be late, naturally, but fashionably so. You woke me up to sneak me out to a party. Yes? Your mind wanders back to the evening. All the secretive smiles and odd turns of phrase that had left you wondering suddenly make a lot more sense. Were you planning this all night? From the moment Style suggested a vote. Well, the ad break began, so... I do like Leor. I like Leor a lot. So far, I mean, I've liked every single character that we've gone for. I like Styles. I'm leaned back in my chair, so if I sound far away, that's why I'm stretching. No. No. I like Leor because he's funny. He's funny and he knows what he wants. And that in a character is very nice. Phantom. Okay, wow. So that's funny. That's funny that Automod decided to not let you say slut. Automod has decided to let other people say slut before. Automod didn't like slut before, and then Automod got lenient, and now Automod apparently is back to saying no sluts allowed. No sluts allowed. Nah, it's because it's on one of my blocked word lists, because I was... I don't know. I mean, I know it's because it's on my, you know, in Automod, you can put, like, a personal list of blocked words, even if they don't hit anything else. Simply because I was afraid. So it got put on there, so... You're fine. No, you're fine. I'm completely fine with it as a word. I just didn't want anyone calling me it. I don't care. We'll say slut as much as we want. You'll just have to work around it. What else did I have to eat? I'm trying to think, what food did I have to eat when I got home? Pocky, that's right. I had Pocky. Highly promiscuous. Yeah. Trying to think of, like, I was trying to think of, because I didn't really... Why did it let that through? Why did it let that through? I have not. Is it because you have mod privileges? Does only Syntetica have slut privileges? Because it's not the word. I don't know. Phantom, you try it. Hold on, we got it. Oh, it is. You found a way around it. You don't know what it is, the absurdity, the childishness, the pettiness of it all, but you can't help the breathy laugh that escapes you. I should have known. When have you ever listened to Styles? He smothers his laughter with his hand, nodding. You've got him nailed. Really? I couldn't help myself. The moment someone tries to tell me what to do, I find myself doing the opposite. I'm guessing you have some kind of plan? Of course I do. I spent the better part of the evening seething and scheming. I can't take all the credit, however. Oh? Ren offered his help to me after a modest amount of prodding, begging, and blackmail. Of course he did. He kindly offered to escort us to the city, more or less. I'll keep an eye out for our return as well. I did offer for him to join us. Hi, Howie! But he refused, so it'll just be the two of us for tonight. Well, that's if you want to come, of course. You do want to come, don't you? You're not like the rest of those snores. We romanced the priest, Holly. He killed a man. Fucking killed a man. Cold blood. Thanks for asking. I'm not gonna force you to go anywhere you don't want to, Angel. I'm a party animal, not a savage. It's nice to be invited. Oh, well, there's no one else I'd rather spend my night with. Well, when he puts it like that, how can you say no? Did I get changed as a fancy party? We We should be fine as we are. It's a citywide affair. There's no guest list or dress code. He killed me? No, he killed someone else. We did find out that he did really like it when I called him father, though. So take that as you like. Convenient. Very. Besides, if you're dressed up properly, you'd easily outshine the bride, and that's rather taboo, don't you think? It doesn't take long to gather the things you need. Your sleepy limbs try to slow you down, but Leor picks up the slack. You make an efficient team, and you quickly pack necessities into a small bag. Leor kneels to slip your sandals onto your feet, fastening the clasps snugly. It's only when he makes a silly comment about liking the view from down there that you realize it would have been smarter to swap the jobs around. Honey! He leads you out past the other tents, pausing with a small gasp when the gentle snoring inside stops to share a nervous grin with you. There's an undeniable thrill of sneaking around at night. You feel your heart beating wildly inside your chest. But the snoring resumes, and you sneak on past to where Ren waits by the forest edge. Acceptable work. Let's go. You aren't quite sure what Leor was expecting, bringing Ren along as a glorified bodyguard, but you're pretty sure it wasn't this. I won't be there to accompany you for the festivities, so I expect you both to be on your best behavior. There may be an open invitation, but still a wedding. I don't want to hear about any thefts, arrests, or someone running off with the bride. Ren glances pointedly at Leor. I mean it. I can make sure you get there and back safely, but don't count on me to bust you out of jail if you do something ridiculous. And it goes without saying that you shouldn't have any more to drink tonight. Neither me nor Prince will carry you home should you fall asleep drunk in public again. Drinking in camp was already a risk considering what you had planned, and I doubt its effects have completely worn off yet. There we go, hiccup. Ren, darling. Yes. I typically, in my fantasies, the ones where you whisk me off into the woods in the dead of the night. What? You do a lot less talking. No, that's more like it. Must you do this in front of Prince? True, my fantasies don't typically have you watching from the sidelines, Angel. Thank you. Usually you're joining in. He sighs deeply. Red's just like, I can't fucking win with this guy. And Leor tosses a wink your way for good measure. Now, this is more along the lines of what you were expecting. Ren's ever-present exacerbation. Leor tossing out flirty lines at anything that moves. You feel... Okay, I know we've been going with blue the whole time, but amused. Leor always seems to know the right things to say to get someone squirming, and Ren falls into his trap over and over again. Cracks you up. You don't say. Well, we have some time before we make it to the city. You should tell me all about these fantasies. Really get to the juicy bits. Leor's eyes light up. Oh no, as Ren pinches his brow. They both know exactly where this is going. I mean, I think we both know who's going to be on top in this situation, but which one of us gets to be in the middle? Gets to be. I think you've already shown your hand there, Angel. Not that I can blame you. The heart wants what it wants. And I don't think Ren would mind, right, big guy? I'm not picky personally. Scratch my bug bite again. I'm gonna leave you both here until Styles you were eaten by wolves. Yeah, do it. I'm not hearing a no. He huffs but stays quiet. You and Leor while away the journey with a slightly graphic detail about ideal fantasy three-ways. And all for his complaining, Red never turns tail and leaves. He even throws in a suggestion or two, eventually, which leaves his face burning and the two of you hooting with laughter. With time, the forest trees begin to sparse, the grass path beneath you turns to soil, then to stone, and the chime of music in the distance rings in your ears. Ren hovers at the precipice, giving you both a firm nod. This is as far as I'm going. Have fun, stay safe, be good. For a moment, you think Leor's going to wave him off with another tease about always being good, but instead he smiles, takes Ren's arm, and squeezes gently. Thank you, darling. Get back safe. Thanks, Ren. Ren nods and turns to leave. Moments before he's out of earshot, Leor shouts, Oh, and don't wake up, big guy. Somebody has to show the bride a good time. Don't wait up, big guy. Someone has to show the bride a good time. The soldier whips around, but Leor's already gone, beckoning you along with a wink. Leor! The city itself is beautifully decorated. The further you go into the heart of the city, the more extravagant it becomes. You know what's funny? I don't know if... Just trans things here for a moment. I don't know if I am attracted to Leor or have gender envy from Leor. Questions. Or both. It could be both. Yeah. The city itself is beautifully decorated. The further you go, you get into the heart of the city, the more extravagant it becomes. Citizens of varying levels of sobriety flit around like birds, but beyond the dainty finery, you can see the bowermen and entertainers still hard at work. You wince at the thought of their aching backs and feet. Leor seems full of boundless energy, however. He loops an arm around you and grins. There's actually more here than I thought there would be. You sound excited. Of course I am. I had to wait ages for everyone to nod off. I was a little worried we'd miss all the fun. Didn't you say we'd be fashionably late? And we are! What luck my guesswork paid off. You shake your head, taking the momentary lapse in conversation to scan your surroundings. There's a number of stalls still open, selling all kinds of baubles, drinks, and delicious things. Live performers hug every straight corner, juggling, swallowing swords, and breathing fire. You won't run out of things to do, at least. Tucked between the competing stalls, you spot a woman applying what looks like paint to someone's face. Leor follows your gaze and snorts. Face painting, a time-honored tradition, usually for children, though I suppose there's a market for drunk adults all the time. Within moments, the man being painted spins up towards his friends, something large and phallic painted on the side of his face. The woman grimaces, her art tarnished. I don't suppose she gets many creative requests at this time of night. You could change that if you wanted to. I wish, but if we stumble home with clown paint all over our faces, I think the others might catch on to where we've been. Good point. That would be an embarrassing lecture. A shame, though. I used to love getting my face painted when I was a kid. You did? Of course. I'd ask for all kinds of outlandish designs. Other kids wanted to be prettied up like a fairy or a princess, and I'd waddle over and ask them to paint me scales like a dragon. I bet that stood out in a crowd. No, it didn't adjust. Not that I ever minded standing out. I'd chase the other kids around pretending to breathe fire on them. Sometimes the kids would pick up their wooden swords and pretend to slay me. Would you still get the scales painted if we could? Probably. It's a classic, and I make a very pretty monster. What about you, Angel? He traces the slope of your face with his finger and grins. They could paint you some wings. A little on the nose, isn't it? That's half the fun. Not that it matters. You're pretty enough as you are. A sudden swelling of music gives you both a start. Turning away from the drunk jeering, you see a smattering of musicians on the street playing a wild, if slightly out-of-tune melody. Are they allowed to just start playing in the street like that? I wouldn't imagine it's a typical thing, but it's a party, and by the sounds of things, they aren't professionals. Be nice. I didn't mean it like that. Music is a wonderful skill to learn, regardless of one's level of talent at it. You're making it worse. What I meant is that most of the hired musicians will be inside or set up on stages, entertaining the nobles' inner circles or paid crowds. I imagine this is an organized set list, a break room. Oh, there's an organized set list, a break room with little snacks, and an overcharged entry fee. But you can't keep music from the poor. That's a lesson they'll never learn. If they can't reach it, they'll make it themselves. You sound like you're speaking from experience. Oh, no, quite the opposite. In fact, I've never played the part of a poor, starving artist. My family were extremely supportive when I insisted music was what I set my heart on. Reluctant, perhaps, but I'll be supportive. That's a great question. I don't know. It's just, music is a force of nature in my mind. Yeah, and as untamable as the sea or sky. Not that we'll ever stop people from trying to tame it, or stop it, or put a price on it. But they won't succeed, and that makes me happy. Every badly tuned note and impromptu song is an act of love. What could be better than that? You're rather sentimental tonight, Leor. Gods, I know, and I haven't even had anything to drink yet. Quick, distract me before I end up blubbering about the goddess of song again. Distract you? Distract you with what? Leor stands a hand, nodding in the direction of the musicians. People have begun to gather around them, dancing alone or with one another. Care to dance? You put your hand in his, dancing is what he invited you out here to do, after all. He pulls you towards the other dancers, close enough to not stand out, but with enough space to feel comfortable. You give his hand a gentle squeeze for the consideration. He lets you position yourself as you please, following your lead instead of dictating the pace. You dance. I like going blue with hesitation. You aren't particularly familiar with dancing. You know there's typically a bunch of rules when it comes to dancing with a partner. The problem is you can't remember what any of them are, like where you put your hands or how to stand on someone's toes. After a moment of panicking, Leor guides your hands to his hips, wrapping his arms loosely around your neck. Oh. He smiles up at you, swaying softly to the music. You're so distracted by the sudden closeness, you almost forget to move. Not that either of you are doing much moving. You're practically rooted in place. At least you don't have to worry about crushing his toes anymore. Yeah. This is lovely. Thank you for dancing with me, sweetheart. Even though I'm awful at it, you're far from an awful dancer, just out of practice. You're kind to say so. Hardly. It just gives me an excuse to dance with you more often under the guise of teaching you. He closes his eyes, content to sway with you until the music ends. After a few songs, the growing ache in your muscles and the need for fresh air and water is enough to have you both wandering away from the impromptu dance floor. You settle yourselves at the edge of the street corner, nursing flasks of dubious quality beverages and watching the celebration unfold. I wonder if the others have noticed we're gone. I doubt it. I imagine they're all sweetly tucked into their beds, blissfully unaware. You think so? No, just wishful thinking. Even if nobody noticed our empty beds, I wouldn't put it past Ren to snitch. Betrayed from our closest confidant. He's a sweetie. It was nice for him to look out for us, but if Styles asks him where we are, he'll fold. I can feel it. You know, I never asked, what is your deal with him? Styles? Yeah, you're always kind of, how should I put it, cold towards him? Admittedly, I doubt we'll ever be the best of friends. I don't know if we'll ever really get along, even. Yeah, but why? You get along with basically everyone we've ever met, Leor. You're sweet. It's hard to explain, honestly. Styles just embodies a number of things He goes quiet, his gaze elsewhere. Leor? Is everything okay? He lets out an abrupt, startled laugh, pointing back to the dancers. Is that Greer? You try to follow the gaze past the dancers and musicians to the street corner, where a man in a mask is tucking a very expensive-looking bottle into his bag. What is he doing here? By the looks of it, stealing. Do you think he's noticed us? Not yet. I shouldn't be surprised. Of course he snuck out here. Rude of him not to extend us an invite, really. Greer looks up from bottle smuggling and catches sight of the two of you. His eyebrows shoot up into his hairline and even through the fabric of his mouth. Mask? Fabric of his mouth? No, fabric of his mask. You can see his jaw drop. Leor snorts, lifting up his arm to wave daintily. There's a moment of pause before Greer stomping through the crowd of dancers towards you both. What are you doing here? I think we could ask you the same, sailor. Take it you're enjoying the festivities. It's fine. I thought you two went to sleep. I did, for a bit, then Leor snuck me out. I woke you up first. You make me sound like I woke you up first. You make me sound like some sort of You make me sound like some midnight lurker. Of course you did. It's just the two of you, isn't it? I'm not going to turn around and realize the whole camp's here and everybody changed their mind right after I left. Just us. Greer sighs with relief, shoulders sagging. Right, good. I'll let you have your fun then. He turns to leave before hesitating, making a placating gesture with his hands. And of course, you know, I never saw you two, you never saw me. We won't snitch. Well, they won't. I make no promises. Greer's eyes narrow, suspicious. I'll nick a pretty thing for you? Done. I've never seen you before in my life. I should do business with you two. Or not. Don't know who you are. He vanishes back to the crowd with a wink. Amazing. He's a fascinating little man, isn't he? That's one way to put it. You finish your drinks and return the flask to the rightful owner. Leor bumps his elbow against yours as you walk further into the city. The night is still young, Angel, and after you were kind enough to entertain my dancing whims, it's only fair you pick the next activity. Your mind wanders, considering possible choices. Unlike Leor, you didn't come to the event with a plan in mind. You scan your surroundings and eventually your eyes land upon... we need to eat. The food. There are all manners of stalls still open, selling things to eat, from full meals to little snacks. The allure of them has your mouth watering. Can we get something to eat? Smart idea. Be waste to not try the goods. You settle on getting some cute desserts from a store. Yes! Not too far from where you were standing. Fruity pastries and hard-boiled sweets glitter in their displays. Pick whatever you want, Angel. I'll foot the bill. Oh, are you sure? It's a couple of puddings. I can hack it. Finding a free stretch of seating, you and Leor settle down. You start to split the treats between you, but he coughs and pushes his half back towards you. Sorry, Angel. I should have said something. I should have said, I don't want anything. Do you not like sweets? Something like that. Guilt starts to build. You wish you'd gotten something you both liked. Oh, don't look like that, Angel. It's not that I dislike sweet things, it's just... When I first started showing signs of my little power, I was still young and quite silly. My mother had bought these gorgeous tarts, and I desperately wanted one, but she said I had to wait until dinner. And I realized if I simply made more of them, she'd never miss the one I'd stolen. But it was almost dinner time, and I was starving, so I took another and another, and before I realized, I'd eaten the entire tray. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, indeed. Dinner came, and I had 2 tiny bites, and... Oh, I'd vomited bright purple blackcurrant all over my mother's poor dinner. Shamefully, that wasn't the last time I did it either. It took about a year and 5 spoiled dinners for me to learn my lesson. You look down at the fruity pastry in your hands and giggle to yourself, imagining a tiny Leor caught purple-handed. You know, honestly, that is probably one of the only ways that I would get sick of eating sweets, is if I ate so much I probably made myself sick. But I don't do that because I have self-control. I really can't look at those desserts the same way after that. Part of me fears I'll uncover the secret glutton within me. One bite and before I know it, I've eaten my way through a whole store. I think you just don't want to be sick again. Ah, you've caught me. Cooked fruit turns my stomach like nothing else. A shame. The tarts were delicious while they lasted. Leor regales you with stories of his troublemaking youth while you eat, or at least while you try to. It's a struggle not to choke on crumbs while you splutter with laughter. You turn to the throng of festivities, curiosity satisfied. Leor scans the streets for his next activity. It doesn't take long. You're a little distracted, admiring the endless decorations and memorabilia. Themed plating? Seems absurd, and yet they're for sale at seemingly every corner. But you still manage to hear Leor's delighted gasp at your side. Goodness, sorry, my stomach is not happy with you for a moment. Found our next thing? They have a petting zoo, Angel. A petting zoo! Oh, we have to go see. Right, and what is that? You're gonna love it, trust me. He slides past a sign helpfully labeled Petting Zoo, a children's drawing of something pinned underneath. You squint at it. It looks like a pig? Maybe a dog? Could be both for all we know. Leor's hand wraps around your arm, tugging you away from it. This is gonna be the highlight of the night, I can feel it. You're not entirely sure what's got him so excited as he drags you past stall after stall of activity. But eventually you spot them. Temporary fences set up in a small plaza, the stone floor padded with hay. Hi, Eldridge! No. I was joking about the fact that the first guy we romanced was a priest. And filled with tiny, petable animals. Leor all but squeals. Aren't they so cute? For the most part, the small zoo is filled with young farm animals, baby cows, little pigs, and a particularly noisy goat. But there are some more unique options too. A miniature horse with ribbons tied up at its mane and a handful of small, fat, and furry little animals. Leor informs you they are called guinea pigs. He wastes little time in sliding the handler a couple of coins, grinning as she opens up the fence and ushers you both in. We got 30 minutes of uninterrupted petting, feeding, or playing with these delightful creatures. You can pick one to lavish your attention onto or visit them all equally. He glances down where the brown speckled goat has begun chewing on his skirts and sighs dreamily. I think I found my fellow of choice already. He's trying to eat your clothes. I know, isn't it cute? You have odd tastes, Leor. There. I can't deny that. It's probably why I like you so much, Angel. Yeah, 30 minutes is not enough time. He scoops up the goat in his arms, scratching behind his tiny pointed ears. Goats are darling little things. My neighbors had a handful of them. Always chewed through the fencing and ended up in our garden. I adored them. Truly my biggest heartbreak was when I left. When I left was that I wouldn't be able to see the new kids in the spring. Wow, interesting. I don't know enough about JoJo to say if Percy is like Poochie. Percy's crazy though. I like him. Do you think Styles would notice if I brought him back to camp with us? He raised an eyebrow, the goat chewing on a stray lock of his hair. Yes, I think he would. And he'd make me return it. He never lets me have any fun. But we couldn't bring a goat with us. It'd be dangerous. Look at this fearsome creature. It can stand up for itself with a little training, surely. I think Ren might draw the line at training a baby goat. He's a stick in the mud too, runs in the family. Aren't they related by marriage? What? Styles and Ren are related by marriage? In what part of the family? Same thing, Snores attacks Snores. He turns his attention back to the goat, trying to wrestle his hair out of the creature's mouth. So Ren and Styles are somehow related by marriage. So somewhere in their lines, they're joined. He isn't having much success. Your own attention is caught by the rest of the pen. There are a few others doting on the animals, but it's pretty empty. It's a little late in the evening for these activities, even the animals look a bit sleepy. But one in particular draws your eye. I'm sorry, I liked guinea pigs. I would have chosen the guinea pigs if I did not learn from watching a video about them that guinea pigs cannot control their bowels or their bladder. They literally piss and shit whenever they want to. They just drop a poop. So guinea pigs have immediately dropped down a gajillion points. So I think we're gonna go for the baby cow. The thing that instantly strikes you is how soft it looks. Brown fur fluffed up and sticking out at odd angles. It lets out a long moo as you approach, butting its head against your leg for attention. The handler chuckles, petting its flank gently. Seems like she likes you. She's so cute. What's her name? Daisy. She's a couple months old. One of the farmers nearby lent her out for the night. Hi, Daisy. She moves again, surprisingly loud for such a small body. She's a little noisy for pet and zoo work. Definitely noisier than her sisters. Yeah, exactly. I think she's perfect. You won't be saying that when she breaks into your bedroom and moo in your sleeping ear. Speaking from experience, plenty of it. She's a tricky one, always getting in a place she shouldn't be, like my bedroom or the shed where I keep the feed. She reminds me a little bit of you, Lior. I'd be offended if she wasn't so darn cute. A little noisy, always sneaking into places she isn't supposed to be, waking people up while they're sleeping. Where have I heard that one before? All right. I can admit the similarities are numerous, but we're similarly cute and lovable, right, Angel? Of course, I have a feeling you both know it too. Lior lights up with cheery laughter, just as Daisy lets out another loud, rumbly moo. The handler delights you both with stories of the pet's escapades as you take your time enjoying the company of the animals. She even brings out a handful of feed to split between you both, letting them nibble their treats out of your palms. It's a shame when you have to leave your time slot up and the animals more than ready for their bedtimes. You stare fondly at the pens. Maybe Styles wouldn't notice if we took a small one. I knew you'd come around to my plate eventually. You fall into an easy debate about what one you should take home and how you'd split caring for them as you wash your hands. You take turns picking activities after that, seeing as many of the city's sights as you can cram into your nightly escapade. There's fine drinks to sample, musicians to marvel at, snacks to nibble at, and smatterings of dancers all around. It really is a shame the others didn't want to come. It's their loss, unfortunately. You can't force someone to have fun. No, I have tried. Honestly, I wish we could stay longer. It'd be fun to see what they had planned for the next few days. In my experience, the first night is always the best. By day 3, most people are too dead on their feet to be much fun. I don't disagree, though. This has been one of the best nights I've had in a long time. But there will be other parties, other events, other weddings. Once I even played music at a celebration being held for a noble lady's recent divorce. I take it she was pleased to be rid of him? Oh, she was thrilled. As I recall, she drank 2 bottles of wine and then kissed her lady-in-waiting. What I mean to say is that people will always find reason to celebrate. This night has been fun, but it doesn't have to be the last. Next time you hear about some open invitation festivities, you'll bring me along, right? Of course! We're partners in partying now, you and I. Even if it wasn't invite-only and fair, I'd find a way to smuggle you inside. Already assuming you're on the guest list, huh? Of course I'd be on the guest list. I'm me. You sputter out a laugh, turning away to discreetly roll your eyes. He's been this way for as long as you've known him. This cocksure confidence, the glibness, the tinge of humor in every word. At times it's funny and others frustrating, but tonight at least you're glad for his company. The night air is warm and welcoming, and only one question lingers. What next? You turn to Lior to ask him. It's his turn to pick the activity now, even though you could put money on him asking for another turn on the dance floor. But he's in there. You check around to make sure he hadn't wandered off somewhere, but he's not by any of the market stalls. Oh, fuck, I got left! Maybe someone asked him to dance? You wander back to the group of dancers, but there's no sign of his flashy clothes. Lior isn't exactly easy to lose in a crowd, but now he's nowhere to be found. Oh no. You're alone. The night doesn't seem quite so welcoming anymore. The once bustling crowd now seems dangerous and imposing. You don't know this city. How the stars are you going to get home? You feel nervous. What if something happened to him while you're what if...
What? Zateca! Do you not have your ticket to LA? Or are you gonna... Huh?
Pudding! What are you talking about?
Do you not have your transportation to LA? Zateca,
we are literally... Hold on.
About 90 days away.
I mean, true. But also... yeah. Yeah. I mean, mine's booked.
All right, Pudding. Pudding jolts up, goes, Zatek hasn't bought his ticket! And then goes back to bed. What if something happens to you while he's gone? What if something has already happened to him? You don't know what to do, how to make it better. Why didn't he say anything? Why didn't he call for help? What if something awful's happened? Your mind races a mile a minute with horrible possibilities. This was all a terrible idea. You want to close your eyes and wish it all away like a bad dream. You're alone, and you don't know what to do about it. You shut your eyes. You take a moment, try to steel yourself, calm your breathing, sort through your thoughts. Anything to make the situation a little clearer. Figure out what you're going to do. But you're in the middle of a festival still. That fact makes itself frustratingly clear. People knock into you. Everyone's chatter and laughter is too loud, interrupting your pacing thoughts. Then all of a sudden you feel warm, soft hands wrap over yours. You hadn't even realized your fists were clenched. Your eyes fly open. Let's take a walk, Angel. He steers you out of the busy street without another word. You want to prod him for answers right there in the middle of the open road, but you can't quite find your voice. Together you walk out of the heart of the city. Gradually the thick crowds become solo stragglers, the surrounding music a distant melody. Lior doesn't let go of your hand, ironic considering his prior disappearing act. Eventually he tugs you in an empty road on the outskirts. You strain your ears so you can only hear the faintest hum of faraway chatter. You open your mouth to speak, but Lior gets there first. Are you alright? You left me. Alone. In a city I don't know. I did. That was a silly question. I'm sorry. Why? I thought we were having a nice time. We were. I mean, I was. I am, even though I know you can't exactly say the same now. Ah, yeah. But then why just run off? Where did you even go? I saw something that I thought you would like. I know, just tell me. I wanted it to be a surprise. Thank you for coming all this way with me. I figured it would only take a few seconds. You wouldn't even notice I was gone. I was wrong. It took a little longer to procure than I thought. He laughs, embarrassed, and gently plucks something out of his pocket. I hope you still take it. Didn't mean to sour our evening. Aww! With a flourish, Lior presents to you a perfect pink peony. You see, as we were talking, I spotted the very bride this festival is for. Oh no! Ah! Oh, that sucks. Oh, I wish him all the best. You see, as we were walking, I spotted the very bride this festival's for, talking to the city folk, doing the rounds, so to speak. And she had this gorgeous, huge bouquet with her. Marvelous flowers, the woman has taste. I made my mind up before I had time to think it through. I simply had to bring you one of those flowers. You deserve the whole blasted bouquet, of course, but I didn't fancy my chances with that. You stole. You stole one of the bride's flowers for me? Stole is such a strong word. No, I simply struck up a conversation with her. Told her I'd come to this beautiful celebration of love with an utter sweetheart, that I was just desperate to show them how much I cared for them. But I'd spent all my money to bring them here, and now I was simply penniless. How could I possibly face my sweetheart at such an event empty-handed? She positively swooned over the story, almost tripped over herself to offer me a flower out of her bouquet. You conned the bride! It's barely a con. I'm here with an utter sweetheart whom I value deeply. No word to lie. You're a fool. A wicked one, no less, striking the bride with my pretty words just to impress you with a flower. I feel like a schoolboy again. You trick brides often, do ya? No, this trick was just for you. You reach out to take the flower from his hands, and Lior beams from ear to ear. What do you say? It'll do! It'll do! It's beautiful. The flower is beautiful. Thank you. You're really... It's nothing. I wanted to make you smile, and I fear I did quite the opposite. You smile in reflex, and he laughs, walking mock sweat from his brow. Ah, there it is. You have a beautiful smile, Prince. I don't think I remind you of that enough. Oh, embarrassment has a cute look on you too, of course. Oh, you're just teasing me. And after you so readily forgave me too. I am a wicked man. I like you as you are, wicked or not. He sighs fondly, turning his face towards the sky. The stars twinkle gleefully. You are many things, Angel. An excellent dancing partner, a pretty face, a witty conversationalist. But most importantly, you are unabashedly yourself. I will treasure the days we spend together always. Hopefully, there'll be many more of them to come.
Ah, I could toast to that. But it's getting late. If we stay much longer, we'll end up back at camp after sunrise. It's time to go already. We can't put tomorrow off forever. Stars know I've tried. Though, I'm sure there's plenty of mischief we could find ourselves in on the way home. I think we'd be more likely to find trouble back in camp than on the road. Do you have a plan to sneak back in? Not in the slightest. The walk back to camp is full of quiet revelry. As much as leaving the celebration behind is bittersweet, neither of you can deny the sleepiness dragging at your heels. It's been a long, eventful night. Lior fills the silence with potential songs about your escapades tonight, testing out lyrics and then weaseling you for your opinion. What about the sweet angels dance with the crowd in a trance with her dainty white skirt had blown skywards? Stop writing lyrics about my ass! But the walk is admittedly peaceful. You find yourself looking forward to your bedroll more and more each day. Each step. And though he doesn't admit it, there's a telling slump in Lior's shoulders that tell you he's feeling the same. You even spot him trying to stifle a yawn. Scandalous. Camp is a welcome sight. Lior insists on walking you back to your tent, even though his own bed isn't more than a few feet away. Well, I guess this is it. Our night of revelry comes to an end. Did you walk me back to my tent for an excuse to stretch the night out a little long? Maybe. Can you blame me? No, it's been a good night. That it has. Lior rests his hand upon your arm, gives it a gentle squeeze. His eyes are warm and inviting. A gentle, unknown feeling washes over you. The feeling that something is about to happen lingers in the air, unspoken. Until a loud, abrupt cough cuts through the atmosphere like a hot knife. Ah! Hi, honey! What sort of time do you call this? The pair of you whip around in their style stands, squinting at you from the flap of his tent. Shit. You're inclined to agree. Good evening. It's the middle of the night. Where have you two been? Our tents? Try again. Yeah. Lior glances at you pleadingly. You can fix this, but how? Divert, lie, confuse. We're gonna see what happens if I lie. Divert, lie, confuse.
Well, thing is that
Your mind races, trying frantically to generate a suitable lie, but Styles' stare rests heavily on you. You don't want to let Lior down, but you feel mean telling a lie straight to Styles' face. You don't want to disappoint either of them. Yes. Styles prompts you gently. You feel sweat beating at the back of your neck. The silence is too heavy. You have to say something. You have to say anything.
we were fishing?
We were fishing! Lior snorts beside you, but quickly nods like it'll do anything to support your shaky story. Fishing. Mm-hmm. Fishing. The disbelief in his words is so palpable, you inwardly cringe. But you can't take it back now.
Yes, for breakfast. We wanted to surprise everyone with a good meal.
Have you put the fish away already then? You looked at your empty hands and winced. You didn't even remember there were any fishing spots in the area. We didn't catch anything. We didn't catch anything! Yep! We didn't catch anything. No. I'm an awful fisherman. Hopeless, really.
I've never fished before.
So you decided the best course of action was for two complete amateurs to go fishing. Well, give me back, spirits. Spirits, give me back. Go, give me back. Yeah, fishing is like gotcha for boomers, yeah. So you decided the best course of action was for two complete amateurs to go fishing alone with no adequate teacher? Best way to learn a skill, isn't it? Did you have the proper equipment? I don't believe any of us carry nets or rods with us.
We tried to catch them with our hands.
Slippery things, aren't they? Styles lets out a long, deep sigh. He pinches the bridge of his nose. You're not sure that what he's more disappointed over, the terrible lie or the apparent bastardization of an important skill. I'm not of sound enough mind for this conversation tonight. We'll continue it in the morning. I'd advise you to have your story straight by then, yes?
Yes, Styles. Sorry, Styles.
Sleep well, Frosty. He slips back into his tent without another word, only another long sigh. I'm so sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Lior breaks instantly, using one hand to try and muffle his endless giggles. The other pats you gently on the arm. Fishing, of all things. I don't know, I panicked. I don't think there's a river around here for over a mile. That's a long trip for two people who can't fish. and catching them with our hands. Genius! You cover your burning face with your hands, and Leor's laughter quiets. It's alright, Angel. With any luck, Styles will let you off the hook for being so cute. Your face burns brighter. Gentle laughter peters off into the warm silence of the evening. You take a moment to enjoy the little things. Leor's gentle breathing, the rustling of leaves in the warm breeze, a distant snore from the scattering of tents. A sense of something. Anticipation, perhaps, fills you once again in the restored calmness of the night. Your bed beckons, but you linger at your tent's entrance for a moment more. Leor smiles, taking full advantage of your momentary hesitation to beckon you down towards him. You tilt your head, half expecting him to whisper another silly joke or inconvenient scheme. It wouldn't be unlike him to try and drag the evening out a little longer. Yeah. Whoa! Whoa. The closest to a kiss we get. Instead, he slides a hand across your cheek, thumb tracing the shape of your cheekbones. He tilts your head further still, angling your face to his liking, like a painter positioning his muse. Once he's satisfied, seemingly, he drops his hand away, smiling at you with such intensity it half shuts his twinkling eyes. Yeah.
Nose kiss.
We had a peculiar way of saying goodbye in my home. I was shocked to find they didn't do it elsewhere when I began traveling. More than shocked, in truth, appalled. The brutish handshake just can't compare. Don't get me started on the inelegant high five. Ugh. He rolls his eyes exaggeratedly. His head tipping to the side with the sheer force of it. You're close enough that you can see wisps of his hair gently shifting out of place. Our way is much more intimate, delicate. He tips his head forward until your foreheads are touching, where he lets his eyes slide shut with a happy hum. Our heads are the most important part of us, after all. Heads and hands. You feel his... Oh, yeah. You feel his slender hands slip into yours, fingers intertwining. He squeezes them idly. Then, last but definitely not least, the heart. Leor pulls your joined hands upwards, placing your palms against his chest. You can feel the steady throb of its beat beneath the thin fabric. An odd assortment of body parts to place such reference on, I'm sure you're thinking. I'm not doing much thinking at all right now. He lets out a twinkling laugh, eyes flitting open. You can feel his heart speeding up beneath your palms. It makes you feel something unnameable. Our hearts are where the world's most important substance is stored. Love? That would be the second most, according to many, though I may just agree with you on that one, Angel. But no, blood. Oh, ha! Ha! Wow, this was really romantic, and then you brought up blood. Okay. That which powers life, and many a magical spell. Without blood, there would be no love. No sex, certainly. No menstruation, no erections. What a terrible time we'd all be having. I mean, I am, but... Well, I certainly could survive without menstruation, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I do! I thought blood-enhanced magic was forbidden. In most places, sure, or something of a social exception. He slides your hands... Yeah, he's trans like me. Yeah, he has... I'm realizing this may be a thing that only other trans people manage to clock. Oh no, he has very obvious top surgery scars. It's pretty fucking cool. Based on what it looks like it's a where on his chest. Hold on, when we get a sprite, I'll show you. Slide your hands, play the his hand along one crease of your palm. The hands are how we interact with the world. The only tool painters, musicians, soldiers, and more share. Yeah, the Deb also did come in, because I noticed that he had very obvious top surgery scars, and I was like, oh, he has top surgery scars! And the Deb was like, yep, he's trans, and I was like, yeah! You tell a lot about a person by their hands, you know. Lute players have calloused fingers, but laborers are calloused all over. Well, what about mine? Angel, your hands haven't seen an honest day's work in your life. They're cute, soft. Oh. Leor chuckles, letting your arms fall back to his side limp. He taps your cheek, your face is still oh so close together. You'd been a little distracted by his talking. The reminder of your proximity makes your face warm. Of course, the head is what makes us who we are. It has all the special bits, the eyes, the ears. His gaze trails downwards and he grins. The lips, of course, a necessity for bards. But more importantly, it's where we keep our memories, our hopes and dreams. Some at home think our heads are where we keep the soul. Not the heart? The heart is much too busy for that. All that blood-pumping, love-making business keeping it occupied. What? The head is the best place for it. The only place for it to see, hear, smell, even taste the world it inhabits.
That's why people love to kiss, you know. Less blood talk, but cute. Yeah, it's the closest you could be to another being's soul.
Really?
I can't say for certain. I'm no expert, but it's a romantic idea, isn't it? When we say goodbye to those we deeply cherish, we rest our heads together. Yeah, the appendix needs a new job. There's the appeal of the closeness, of course, but it's more than that. We're putting our souls together. For everything in my being, my very soul will miss yours. Okay, note. First thing of note, the scar on the underside of the pectoral. That's the first top surgery scar. Second of note, the scar around his nipple. No, it's scars. Because that's how they do top surgery, at least for certain ways. Yeah. Well, okay, it's part of the nipple. On a list of words that are like okay to say when you're not like, I don't know, areola is far less sexy. Not that nipple is really all that sexy, but areola is like -20. Yeah, okay, yeah. Fair enough. I'm the one who's done a lot of research into top surgery. But the reason that there is a scar around the nipple is because in quite a lot of top surgery, they have to completely remove the nipple, and then they remove the flesh, and then they put the nipple back on. Which is why sometimes with top surgery, you can request to get rid of your nipples completely. It's interesting. You can be nippleless. You can become the anime boy of your dreams. Remove your nipples. Yeah, he pulls away, leaving you more than a little dazed, and shrugs his shoulder. A little dramatic for a good night, but what can I say? It's in my nature. I don't really know if you have a soul, I suppose. Goddamn, Lior, stop making the mood weird. First you started talking about blood. No. Not unless you plan on breastfeeding. Which I don't know if you can even do after top surgery, because I'm pretty certain they take all that junk out. I'm pretty certain they take all of the ducts. They take every single milk duct. I mean, someone who's assigned male at birth can still lactate if necessary. It takes a lot of work, but you can do it. Yeah, they take all of your ducts. It's not technically wrong. They do technically unscrew the boob, but they also like cut skin. So there's more steps. Look, I've done a lot of research. Cause that was a question I had to ask myself. I was like, do I want top surgery? And then the more I like realize how my body responds to like medical procedures and shit, like even how my body responds to like being put under for my wisdom teeth, I was like, this sucks and I never want to do it again. If I don't have to, I don't want to. I don't know if you have a soul. Yeah, so Lior, in this beautiful romantic moment, brings up blood and then he doesn't know if we have a soul. Yeah. But the sentiment remains. And I'll miss your big empty head doesn't hold quite the same power. I miss you too, Lior. You'd only intend to kindly return the sentiment, so it's something of a shock when his face twisted to a scowl. For a split second, you feel a twinge of nervousness. Was it something you said? Oh, they didn't for me. Okay, to be fair, they had to take all 4 out. I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed. I think it was all 4. I might have only had the bottom 2. I don't remember. All I know is that I had anesthesia and then I was passing out. Yeah. Yeah, I know mine were like pointed at the roots of other teeth. They were they were angled weird and I had to have them taken out. I was like, do I have to have them taken out? Can I just let them come in? And they're like, no.
No, well, I don't believe I was even given the choice. I don't have any of my teeth. Baby or wisdom. Baby or otherwise. Yeah. To be fair, I was too far out after the anesthesia anyway. And nervous about the procedure. And then they wheeled me down in a wheelchair to go have my Earth Mom bring me home. And I'm sitting in this wheelchair, unknowing to everyone at the time. Absolutely, well, still looped off my brain with the anesthesia. But another lady came into the elevator, and she had a pretty bracelet. And I think I just said something about like a bracelet or something. And she took it off and she was like, would you want it? And I was like, can I? And so all my mom knows is she left me up at the top. She left me up in the doctor's office to go get the car ready, and they'd wheel me down. And I came out with a bracelet. I came up with a new bracelet talking about the nice lady. And then I about had a panic attack in the car because I couldn't feel my tongue and I didn't know if I was swallowing. And then I passed out again. And then apparently, because I don't remember this at all, then we got home and I passed out again while walking into the house, which was bad because our garage has a concrete step, and my head was going straight for the concrete step. Oh, spirits, no, give me back. Thank you. Spirits. Yeah, and then I woke up on the couch, hating life because I felt horrible. None of that, please, Angel. My heart can only take so much from you, and after tonight, it's practically overflowing. No, it was an actual, like, bracelet. Like a jewelry bracelet. Your shoulders droop in relief, just as usual antics, then. You're pleased to see the familiar smile twisting its way across his face. Really, Angel, we're only going to bed for the night. There's no need to miss me.
Blessings.
Is the distance oh so unbearable? We shall see each other in the morning, surely. But, you started it. Me? Acting melodramatic about a brief parting? Darling, doesn't sound like me at all. He laughs brightly, placing a hand delicately on your arm. I'm only teasing. Thank you, darling. It means a lot to have the sentiment returned. He clears his throat, turning his gaze up towards the sky, a little lost in thought. I haven't done that in a while. Years, really. I suppose I got used to the casual goodbyes everyone else prefers. I haven't had anyone...
Oh, hi, kitty.
Haven't had anyone my soul felt like bidding farewell to either. Woe is me. I guess I could bid good night to the rest of the fellows in camp, but I doubt Percy would let me anywhere near his precious, perfect angel's only soul. And Ren's likely to gore me with those delicious horns in a fit of panic. Glyph, maybe? I don't know what Anaterans believe. I wouldn't wish to cause offense. Seems like you're the best fit, Angel. Lucky me. Even if my head is empty, I probably have enough soul for the two of us. Though, admittedly, it's not as fun if you're not getting anything out of it.
I like making you happy.
Aren't you the sweetest thing? He let out a squeak as he pinches your cheek between his thumb and forefinger, cooing. Yeah, pool noodles on the horns for safety. Your sweet little things like you must be pinched, darling. It's another social custom. I'm doing it for grandmas everywhere. I don't think that's true. Oh, believe me, I'm a favorite amongst old ladies. I'm rather fond of their company, too. Huh? And if it slipped that I'd let something so cute stand without a little pinch, they'd take away my seat in the knitting committee. It was hard work getting that spot, darling. Maureen is a stickler for the rules. He stops and... I love the completely tangents that he goes off on. I love them. He stops abusing your cheek, sighing fondly as you rub the slightly sore muscle. You really are too cute, darling. It's not good for me. Or you. If you aren't careful, someone or something or someone might just gobble you up. Stars knows I'm tempted to sometimes. I really should let you go. It's late, and I, at least, need my beauty sleep. This devilishly handsome look isn't effortless, you know. It was a good night. Oh, that it was. Yeah, well worth a little loss of sleep. Yeah, be careful, the gobblers! But I don't suppose there's any hope in Ren or Styles giving us an extra half-hour delay yet. I wouldn't count on it. Leor heaves a dramatic sigh, body slumping forward like a wilted flower. My poor slumber. We live with brutes, savages, and snores. A particularly loud snore cuts through the air, and he chuckles, gesturing into the dark tents. My point is proven. Right. No more distractions. You need rest, as do I. Good night, Angel. Thank you for the wonderful night. I hope your sleep is sweet and restful. No soul send off this time? He cocks his hip and winks. Unlike my body, darling, my soul... Okay. My soul can only take so much loving. He giggles at the look on your face, waggling his fingers in a dainty wave. I'm off. See you in the morning. Good night, Leora. He wanders off to his own tent. You can see a tired slump of his body again now. When he reaches his own tent, he glances back, grins when he catches you watching him, and blows you a kiss. Then he gestures wildly. You think he might be acting out, catching it and pressing it against his face. There's nothing really there to catch, but you reach out and close your fists around thin air all the same. The grin on his face is worth the mild embarrassment. You tuck the kiss into your pocket for later. He disappears into his tent proper then, and it's high time you do the same. When you tuck yourself into bed that night, your body feels light despite the ache in your feet. The peony sits safely in one of your clay drinking cups, the stems submerged in water. Your last thoughts as you drift off to sleep are filled with flowers and the distant chime of music. All of these are short but good. Short but good. I meant to hit snooze, but I hit dismiss. Okay, we'll move on. I don't know if we have pockets in our toga, but we may. But yeah, that's it for tonight. Again, stream tomorrow is a little iffy. Depends on when I get back from my event with my dad. Yeah. It's very subtle. It's very subtle. And Sunday is stream with the boys.
Yeah, dad event. I get to go hang out with my Earth dad for a bit.
But yeah, also, again, I apologize. I may not have a lot of thumbnails and stuff ready for the next month or so. Especially as we get into tax deadline stuff, but mostly I'm just... I will. I am mostly just gonna make certain the Kiki's okay.
Get new food. I don't know if you'll like it, but we'll get you new food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, without any further ado, let's pop over here. Baby. Hi, baby. Yeah, of course.
Alright, you all know the usual song and dance. If you're not already following me on social media, I'd appreciate it very much if you would. As well, if you're... thank you. As well, if you're not already a member of our Discord server, I would love to see you there. We have a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful meowing afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. Oh yeah, we do also have an Uma Musume club if you look up Melorosia. But yeah, thank you everybody so much for stopping by. Really truly means a lot to me. And well, without any further ado, bye.